Blog Talk Radio.
Here we go. Blast off.
This is True Capitalist Radio.
True Capitalist Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of business.
Give him capitalism or give him death.
That's it. Period.
Broadcasting from his Skyline office studios in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas.
You sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops, for Christ's sake.
And now, he'll take it from here. Your host, the prognosticator of prognosticators, the man they call
Ghost.
Going on, folks? And thank you for tuning in with me to another edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And before I get into anything else, Jesus Christ, I'm just sorry if I'm a little winded. I'm out of breath, folks. I just don't ever have enough time in the day to do anything. With that being said, thank you for tuning in with me to another edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. This is episode number 453. Episode number 453 for all the folks that are keeping track of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And before we get into anything else, I'd like for everybody to please spread it around like goddamn wildfire, for Christ's sake, and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house, and we are live every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And of course, if you have not done so, please follow me on Twitter. The Twitter name to follow is Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. Now, folks, I'm sorry. I just don't ever have enough time in the day to do everything that I need to do, and this broadcast sometimes. So I want to be honest with you. You know, this broadcast is kind of a pain in the ass at times because, you know, I've got a life. You understand what I'm saying? And the only reason that I'm doing this broadcast is in an attempt to try to convey information and hope that the information is retained and used to the people's advantage that listen to this broadcast, okay? And to be completely honest with you, it pisses me off that I just don't have enough time in the goddamn day to be conducting this broadcast and doing what I have to do in everyday life, for Christ's sake. I mean, it just pisses me off, and it's starting to get a little annoying, all right? It's starting to get a little bit goddamn annoying, for Christ's sake, man. I need a drink. Give me my drink. Jesus Christ. Anyway, folks, I thought yesterday taking a break would kind of calm the nerves as it pertains to me and my moodiness as of late. And the reason I'm moody, folks, is because I'm human, okay? Aside from the show and all the other things that I have to do in my life, I mean, I'm worried about the situation that's happening with my president right now, to say the least, all right? I'm a little concerned. And that's at the focal point of my mind at this point in time. If you've been reading my tweets, it's anywhere between the times of 9 p.m. and about 11 p.m. Central Standard Time within the past couple of days, I've been tweeting right at the president. And if you want my personal opinion, I think that he's been listening to some of the things that I have said during those tweets because, by God, somebody needs to advise this man. And today, I have a little bit breath of fresh air. I saw the press conference that the president conducted. It was much what I had suggested a few nights ago, when he should just have a one-on-one with the American people and call out fake news. You can look back in the goddamn Twitter timeline. I tweeted at this man. Anyway, folks, look, I'm sorry I've been a little moody, a little edgy. I'm taking this thing very serious, all right? This is a capitalist revolution. And I can see that the manifestation of the capitalist revolution via the current president of the United States, Donald Trump, is attempting, there are a bunch of factions, I should say, attempting to undermine his authority. There are a bunch of variety of different factions attempting to undermine his authority right now, and it's concerning me because now you're starting to have idiots say that, I mean, the asshole from a Project for a New American Century, PNAC, if you don't know who the hell that is, y'all need to read up who the hell that is and their little manifesto that ended up coming to fruition post 9/11. But one of the fathers of the Project for the New American Century, which is the neoconservative think tank, Bill Kristol, he tweeted, and I tweeted that particular tweet in my timeline as well, that he would much prefer to be governed by the deep state. I mean, can you believe this crap? So anyway, folks, I want to be honest with you. I'm under some pressure as far as the country is concerned. I'm putting the pressure of Trump and the pressure of the country on my shoulders because I'm going to be honest with you. He's the reason why I came back and conducted this broadcast. He's the reason why yours truly and the capitalist army have put ourselves on the line in an attempt to make sure that this man was elected president. And unfortunately, on Tuesday's broadcast, which was a horrible Valentine's Day Taco Tuesday edition, I was very moody and upset, and a lot of things were getting to me, and I knew the Michael Flynn thing before it actually hit. And I knew this was going to happen, and I'm telling you, it's going to be a long, hard slog in an attempt to try to transition whatever the hell Obama has put into place. It's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot, and it's going to take our help as well. We can't just sit on the goddamn sidelines any longer. I mean, I've always said, ever since I started this broadcast, that this government is made for the people and by the people, but if the goddamn people fall asleep at the wheel, then you are witnessing the consequence of those actions, or lack thereof, I should say, in the past 30 to 40 years of governance that has been inflicted upon us, that has done nothing but fleeced our tax system and have destroyed our country from inside out. So I'm putting the pressure of the Trump administration and Donald Trump on my shoulders as well. I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm going to be honest with you, folks, okay? I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, I'm ride or die with Trump at this point in time. I'm not even joking around. This man is the manifestation of the capitalist revolution. I am ride or die with Donald Trump at this point in time, and that's why I am willing to do anything to make sure that this man stays president and he fulfills everything that he said he was going to do, and he's actually trying to do. He's actually trying to do, and he is being stopped at every which direction. He's being stopped at every which direction. So that's why, and I'm going to talk about this later on in the broadcast, we have to stay more engaged. And look, that's why I've been a little moody as of late. I mean, I don't have enough time in the day to do everything that I have to do and that I need to do and that I want to do. I mean, I have to be able to stretch myself out so that I can be able to retain and obtain information. I've got to be able to conduct myself in business because that's, you know, hey, I'm an independent businessman. You understand what I'm saying? I got to work every goddamn day so I can sustain whatever lifestyle that I have grown appreciative to. So, with that being said, folks, I just want to underscore that this show does take 3 hours of actual broadcasting, which you all hear every goddamn day. I don't take a break, all right? And if I do, it's because of my goddamn dog, and I don't want him to take a crap on the carpet again. But I don't take a break. There's not one man in broadcasting today that does what I do. And the reason I do it is not because I'm getting a kick out of this crap. I'm not doing this because of any other reason but to convey information in a very precarious time in this world. And I'm glad that there are at least some people that are out there listening that are not just listening for the entertainment or whatever value that these, with all due respect, tards are listening to, but are actually listening to the information that's trying to be conveyed on this broadcast. There's actual important information that is trying to be conveyed on this broadcast. So with that being said, that's why I do this show. I am trying to spark synapses in the brains of folks throughout the world about the capitalist idea, and that through capitalism, one can gain the ultimate freedom. You don't know what freedom is until you are your own boss. Then you are financially independent. You make your own money. You don't have to answer to anybody other than to the market itself. There's nothing more liberating than being financially independent. So with that being said, folks, I have been moody this week, and I want to apologize, but how does that song go? I'm only human, born to make mistakes. So, give me somebody just tweeted at me, except for Rush Limbaugh. What are you talking about? Rush Limbaugh is, I don't know, look, I don't want to talk garbage about Rush Limbaugh, but, I could sit like a fat ass and give intervals of 10 seconds dead air every 22nd of gargle myself. I could do the same damn thing for 3 hours and then go to commercial for about 20 minutes. Oh, yeah, that's great. There's no commercials here, asshole. This is straight goddamn passion and fury. And I go 3 hours a day, 5 days a week doing this crap. Except for Rush Limbaugh. Are you kidding me? Rush Limbaugh doesn't have the endurance or the stamina to do what this man right here that is broadcasting on True Capitalist Radio can do. And I guarantee goddamn to you. So shut up. Nobody asked you anyway. If you're a Rush Limbaugh fan, then get the hell out of here. What the hell are you listening to me for Christ's sake? That guy's an establishment hack. He's an establishment hack that's been against Trump every step of the way. So why don't you go shove your head right up his Oxycontin-loving ass? Rush Limbaugh. I got your Rush Limbaugh right here. You son of a bitch. Anyway, look, sorry, folks, I'm a little moody here. I know that, everybody's listening like, oh, my God, Ghost, why don't you calm down, dude? I can't calm down, man. If I calm down and just take a break and don't do anything, the leftists don't take a break. The establishment doesn't take a break. The intelligence community doesn't take a break. Do you understand me? Anyway, with that being said, all right? With that being said, and look, some asshole has to, the archives have ads. Well, of course they're going to have ads in the archives, you idiot. What's going to pay for the bandwidth and the space taking all the room of almost 1,600 hours of broadcasting? Huh? Oh, we're just going to magically, miraculously bring the goddamn bandwidth fairy? The bandwidth fairy. Let's just go ahead. And you know what, Ghost? We're going to go ahead and give you free bandwidth for life for all your broadcasts. And, oh, yeah, we're going to give you unlimited amounts of room so you can hear. Here you go. Let me go ahead and sprinkle. There it is. Son of a bitch. Anyway, let me continue going. I can see we've got, half-tards on Twitter thinking that they're going to agitate me today. It ain't going to happen. As a matter of fact, I don't even think we're going to have Radio Graffiti today. How you little idiots like that, huh? How you like that? So go ahead and turn off the goddamn radio then, you stupid dumb twats. Get out of here. Like I give a crap about a bunch of tards that, get off on, trolling and agitating somebody who's actually trying to convey to them information that could change their stupid tard lives. Oh, please, don't go. Yeah, right. You can go on these nuts. Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's get to the markets here, all right? Now, I was not here yesterday for for Wednesday, excuse me. I wasn't here for Wednesday And yesterday we saw an increase in the markets yesterday because of a reiteration by the president when he was meeting with, I believe, forgot who he was meeting with at the time, but had a press conference where he reiterated that the tax cuts are coming. And when he reiterated that yesterday, that's when he saw an increase in the markets. And I'm telling you this right now, I don't know what the hell is going to happen with these markets just based on the low volume. Anything can happen. As a matter of fact, I think the press conference that Donald Trump held today, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit, actually helped the markets itself. Because at this point, there's such low volumes. There's such low volume in this goddamn market, for Christ's sake, that any kind of news, anything can trigger this market, man. There is no buyers in this market. There are no buyers in this market, man. There are no buyers in this market. And whenever there are buyers, it's just because speculative news that is coming out. I mean, this is helter-skelter. I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on. And when I see this type of untraditional, unconventional financial debacle that happens in these kinds of occasions, that's the calm before the storm. Listen, we're finally starting to find people in the business media starting to call on what I have been calling on for a minute, because what goes up must come down. And let me tell you something, big man fall hard. And the more and more this damn market inflates itself, is the more and more this damn freaking, the market is going to fall hard. And there's going to be a lot of people holding the bag, and you're going to start hearing people throwing themselves out of buildings. That's what traditionally happens in every crash, folks. I've been around enough crashes to know that once these crashes happen, you're going to hear people throwing themselves off of skyscrapers because they lost everything, and they're not going to be able to have the big life. They're not going to be able to have the lavish living. And I think it was Daryl Hannah who said in Wall Street, the first movie, Oliver Stone, badass movie, truly represents the 80s and how much money encompassed it. You know what I'm saying? It was Daryl Hannah that says, it's worse to have money and lose it than to never have money at all. And I think that rings true. I mean, there's nothing worse than seeing somebody, and I've met Jesus Christ, if I had a $5 bill for everybody that I met that used to be rich, or used to be something, used to have a badass house, used to have a Cadillac, used to have a business, used to have a restaurant, I would be a very, very wealthy man. And you see, the reason is because people don't understand that just because you're gaining a lot of money today, just like the markets right now, the markets are at 20,000 plus points. I mean, that could be your business, or that could be your venture, or whatever you invested in. That could be you catapulting yourself into a new socioeconomic strata. The problem is that you as an individual need to be disciplined and understand that just because you have this money coming in doesn't mean that you should go out and graduate yourself into another class. Meaning, if you're living in a decent apartment or you're living in a decent, modest home right now, currently, and then you start windfalling for whatever reason, a business, whatever, the last thing you should do is go out and get yourself a Maserati, okay? The last thing you need to do is go out and get yourself a big-ass home. The last thing you need to do is go out and try to graduate yourself into a lifestyle that you have not set yourself in stone in yet for at least the next 5 to 10 years. And I caution people, because this is what ruins everybody. What ruins everybody is trying to live up to a lifestyle that has been incepted by Hollywood, or that has been incepted by the imagery of entertainment or of whatever. They're trying to live this lifestyle that they believe that is the lavish lifestyle, the lavish living, and this is what truly just degrades people. This is what ruins people. And let me tell you something right now. If you were somebody today that's living lavish and you think that it's never going to stop, unless you know for a fact that you can continue to sustain whatever lifestyle that you have right now for the next 10 years minimum, then you are basically on a house of cards. You're on a house of cards, and the worst thing in the world is to have money and lose it all than to never have it to begin with. And that's why you see people that used to be something that are just modest or poor people today, and they look miserable. I mean, the sunken cheeks and the bulged out eyes and the tired face. I mean, the dejected look. I mean, you see it on people, folks, because they used to be something and now they're a piece of trash. And you see, that's the objective of being a capitalist that understands that, look, the objective of capitalism is to be financially independent, to be your own boss, to carve out your own destiny. Your own destiny doesn't need to be a huge, gigantic, living lavish, sleeping in the penthouse, having a hot tub in your goddamn living room, Tony Montana style crap. All right? You need to realize that what your objective is as a capitalist is just to be financially independent. All right? Just to be financially independent, for Christ's sake. I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, whatever it is, whatever you need, if you can accomplish and appease whatever it is that you need, you're in the game. All right? I mean, if you're just starting off, if you're a young chap that's 20 years old and you've got yourself a little nice apartment and you've got yourself a car and you have equity in your car, not just I've got a car and I owe $500-600 a month for this stupid piece of crap. No, I'm talking about a car that you at least own 50% or more of in equity. Then you're ahead of the game, baby. You're ahead of the game. All you need to do is continue to sustain your independent living, however you need to do it. I've known some musicians in Austin, Texas, who have made a living off of doing nothing but music. I mean, they wake up at like 4 in the afternoon. I mean, they're living that life. That to them is that's independence. That's their lifestyle. That's rich to them. And why not? I mean, they can make an independent living making music. They have their bar tabs covered all the time when they're at their gigs. I mean, it's a win-win situation. I mean, of course, there's plethora amounts of social interaction, and not to mention chicks, or if you're not into that, vice versa. I mean, when you're in a band, there's a lot of perks. So anyway, look, I don't mean to get off keister here. What I'm trying to convey to people is that your objective as a capitalist isn't just because you want to become some lavish living bastard. I mean, you eventually want to get there, don't get me wrong, but you got to have patience. You have to slowly, incrementally get yourself there. It's like a poker game. I like to liken life to a poker game. No limit hold'em. You want to just play the cards right. You don't want to just go in on a whim or on a gut. You want to methodically calculate when you're going to make your move and stack your chips. And you see, that poker, especially No Limit, it's all about decisions. It's all about making the right decisions at the right time. And sometimes you have to know that what would seem like a bad decision right there and then, which may be a fold, which may be a bad beat, whatever the case might be, pays dividends in the long term when you're in the middle of another decision and you know from the last bad decision or the non-decision what to do. That's what life's all about. It's decisions. I mean, if you want my personal opinion, that's what the feminists want to avoid. I'm sorry. I have to say it. What do you think the Million Women's March was about? It was about them wanting all this garbage, right? I saw signs that said, no, you make me a sandwich, and respect the pussy, and all this crap. And yet, okay, that's great. What decisions have you made in your life, lady, to make you feel that that you have enough time, effort, and energy to go out and act like an obnoxious, obscene, pathetic, useless human being in mass in Washington, D.C.? You understand? That's what I'm saying, folks. I'm just trying to say that decisions in life are everything. And you can tell a person whether they made bad decisions or not by how they conduct themselves in the present. If you have people that have made good decisions in life, then you're going to see it on their person. You're going to see it represented on their person. You're going to feel that these people know what to do. They have answers. They're not afraid to confront obstacles. They're not afraid to make the big decision. But then what you have here now in today's America is people that don't want to make decisions. They don't want to make decisions. They want to pass off the burden of their bad decisions on somebody else. And that's what women want to do right now. If you want my personal opinion, they want to pass the bad decisions that they've had in their lives on the patriarchy, on men, on their fathers, on their mothers, on society, on the government. I mean, it's much like anybody else who is trying to blame something for the bad decisions they made in their lives. In America today, folks, no one should be complaining about a lack of opportunity. Now, don't get me wrong. The economic opportunity in this country under Obama was rather bleak. And you had to, unfortunately, work about 20 times harder to get paid what you probably would have gotten paid in a half-assed job in probably the 90s. It's horrible. And there's a lot of factors for that. But still, it's not as if there were no economic opportunities for anybody who truly wanted to get themselves out of a precarious situation. They just needed the ambition, they needed the know-how, or even if they didn't have the know-how, they just needed the labor, they needed the energy to do it. And they needed to make the right decisions. So, folks, that's what life's all about, is decisions. You know, I mean, it's all there is to it, man. I mean, you can't blame anybody for your bad decisions. You know, and look, I hate to harp on the Women's March situation, but look, they're not letting this thing die. Here, I'm going to retweet this. There's going to be a worldwide women's strike March 8th. So these women are not letting this die. They're not letting this die. Look, I just retweeted it right now on Twitter. They're not letting it die. And why aren't they letting this die? Because look at these women that are pictured here in the picture that I just retweeted. Look at those women. That's bad decisions all over these women. Look at those women. Those are women that were probably taken by a black guy at, before last call, got the high hard one, probably impregnated, and the guy isn't, you never even heard from him again. I can see on these women, them taking home the guy that looked good in a leather jacket with slick back hair, chewing on a toothpick, flipping a nickel, and then he becomes rather abusive because they didn't see that, I don't know, anybody that has to be that much of a goddamn poser has possibly gotten a little bit too much baggage on their hand, to say the least. I mean, I can go on and on. I mean, I can see, the faces of these women. I'm looking at them right now. I see a woman who got some loser of a man, and because, for whatever reason, he made her feel good in the bed, he's got a long schlong, he's got a six-pack, or whatever the case might be, they financed, 72 Cadillac, for 30% interest on this woman's name. And then once that was done, the guy's out and about banging, every piece of poontang that he can, find with that damn car. I'm not joking. I'm reading all the problems off of these women, off of this damn picture alone. This is bad decisions. That's what the Women's March is in Washington. That's what the Women's Strike is on March 8th. Bad decisions, and these women don't want to look in the mirror and realize that, part of being equal is to understand that I made bad decisions. I made bad decisions. They don't want to admit that they've made bad decisions. You see, men, at least majority of us, I can't say that for certain now. We've got so many goddamn tards and fruit bowls that are in the mix of men today that are literally diluting the masculinity of males today with this substandard half-tard fruit bowlness that basically is derived from single mothers, man. I hate to keep reiterating this, and I'm sorry I'm going off keister here. I'll get to the markets here in a second. This just has to be said. I don't mean to go off keister here, but I blame single mothers for the tards that are kind of walking around out here in society, and I also blame them for the lack of masculinity that is around in younger males today. I mean, you're listening to these males sometimes that call up here, right, folks? I mean, they sound fruity as hell, for Christ's sake.
Hi, Ghost. I want to say that you're a fruit bowl. You're calling me a fruit bowl. You're a fruit bowl.
I'm not even joking around, man. I mean, I blame the single mothers for the absolute pussification, the absolute and utter pussification of the American male today, and all you've got to do is just talk to somebody under the age of 20. Just talk to them. Just say, hey, how you doing, young man? How you doing?
I'm sorry. I'm triggered. What? Are you trying to hurt me?
No, I'm just trying to say, how you doing?
Oh, I don't know.
Just shut up, you stupid fruit. I blame single mothers for everything, somebody said on Twitter. Oh, of course I do. Of course I do. Let me tell you something. You women that are out there, with the exception, of course, of women that are single mothers because their spouse died, their spouse died at war, or their spouse died in a car accident, or they were in a genuine abusive relationship, or the husband was abusive to the child, or, there's isolated incidents, okay? But in aggregate, women are just having children as a fashion accessory. I mean, women are having children now as a means of income. All right? Women are having children now so that they can have baby showers, for Christ's sake, on a consistent basis, so they can have birthday parties, Because as far as I'm concerned, single mothers are the contributing factor to the degradation of our society. And, I'm sorry. I mean, if you're a single mother and you're handling yours and you're not out there hopping from penis to penis to penis and you're actually taking care of your child, I mean, I salute you. I commend you. That's great. But you are a minority, miss. You are a minority. The majority of your women in this Western society are out here shitting out children, and they're out here raising them single, and they think that they can do it all on their own when they can't. They can't do it. I mean, folks, I remember, and look, I don't want to go into this. Let's get to the fucking market. I'm sorry, excuse my French, folks. I mean, I say this every time. All right, every time, for Christ's sake, man, that single mothers are the contribution to the degradation of society. And look, I've got people over here tweeting at me that are a little upset, that are probably young tards, that are upset because they know I'm telling the truth.
A single mother explains the outcome of your personality, Ghost.
No, young man or young woman or young eunuch or young pansexual or young trisexual, whatever the hell you refer to yourself as, I had both my parents, all right? I had both my parents, and whether they were good parents or bad parents, I had both my parents. And you want to know why I had both my parents and why that was positive, even though they may have not been the best parents in the world? Because I'm a goddamn man that can make my own decisions and not sitting here pussy whipped under mama's skirt. I can make my own decisions. I can conquer any obstacle. And if I can't conquer the obstacle, I will negotiate the obstacle to my benefit regardless. That's the difference. And you see, you could tell that I had a father figure in my goddamn life. I wouldn't be such a goddamn domineering, masculine individual. I wouldn't be here, sitting here, just exuding manly dominance on this internet like it ain't shit. And as far as I'm concerned, you know, if you have a little single mother, all right, okay, let me tell you something. You have a single mother, and you are a masculine man, and you want to know what I mean by masculine man? I'm talking about a man that actually wants to bang a chick now. I mean, listen, now at this point, it doesn't even matter if you're fruity. Unfortunately, if you're raised by your single mother, you're going to talk like your mother. I bet you if we got your single mother and yourself next to you, the vernacular, the cadence, the linguistic style, everything would be the same, okay? But you need to know if you like to bang women or not. Or I'm talking about males, okay? I don't know, females, that's a whole different story. I don't even want to get into that. But and I've always said a litmus test if you're questioning whether or not you are heterosexual or homosexual, here is the ultimate litmus test. All right, there is a video by Benny Benassi. All right, Benny Benassi called what the hell is that stupid freaking song called? It's that one song, Push Me, and then Just Touch Me. Satisfaction. That's what it is, Satisfaction. You look at that video. All right, you look at that video, and if that video does nothing for you, then you're a homosexual. All right? You're gay, you're gay. You're goddamn gay. If that video does nothing for you and you think it's gross, then you are a flaming homo. And you can thank probably your single mother for that. Anyway, the point is this, all right? I think I'm going off. People on Twitter are pissed off now. They're obviously, I have a lot of single mother kids or people that have grown up with single mothers. Look, all I'm saying is if you grew up with a single mother and you're a heterosexual, all right, and you like to bang chicks, and then you're ahead of the game. It's, as far as I'm concerned. I hate to say it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, man. And look, people are getting upset. People are getting angry, for Christ's sake. And I'm just, I've already wasted time on all this garbage, folks. Obviously, as you can see, I'm a little moody today, but what are you going to do? Anyway, let me get to the markets. You know what? I'm just gonna get through the markets here, and I'm just gonna get to the stock market, the energy, and the metals. I'll get to the agriculture tomorrow, for Christ's sake, for Baller Friday. I do want to say, though, since we're coming back to the markets, that the low volume is more than evident if you take a look at the intraday chart of the Dow, if you take a look at the intraday chart of the of S&P, NASDAQ, that sort of thing. Hold on a second. People are asking me to retweet the video. All right, well, thank you, 727, for tweeting the song. There's the song for you folks that are wondering what the hell I'm talking about. That's the litmus test. If you look at that, then I will tell you this: you are not a homosexual. All right. If you can look at that and be like, oh shit, I can't look at this. This is not fair. These women are scantily clad, that sort of thing. Then you're obviously straight. But if you look at that video by Benny Benassi called Satisfaction, if you look at that video and it does nothing for you and you think it's gross, then you are a flaming homo. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying you need to know what you are, and you need to know why you're that. Okay, that's all I'm saying. People wanting to hear, they want to see the freaking video for. They want. Anyway, I'm sorry I retweeted that video. If you're a woman, I mean, I'm sorry, like a lady. Whatever happened to the old days when ladies were ladies, man? They wanted to be courted. They appreciated a man, courting them and treating them like a woman. And, of course, somebody's going to tweet at me, "You're living in a different time, Ghost."
This is a new time where we are women. Hear me roar.
Jesus Christ. People are now somebody's saying, I feel that you hate gay people a lot. I don't hate gay people at all. I think, listen to me, man. I think gay people right now are probably one of the overtaxed people in America today. I don't hate gay people. What I don't like is the LGBT movement trying to utilize the sexual gratification of taking it in the ass or licking the pearl tongue into some kind of political statement that is now going down a slippery slope into kind of, and I hate to say this, pedophilia. I mean, that's what I don't like. I don't like the movement of LGBTQ going down the slippery slope of, like, entertaining pedophiles, all right? I'm just saying. Anyway, for Christ's sake. Yeah, listen, I'm sorry. People are now getting off on the damn... Look, I'm sorry. Look, I'm going to unretweet that, for Christ's sake. People are now saying, oh, my God, that's hot, Ghost. No, I'm unretweeting that, for Christ's sake. Get it off, engineer. Take it off the damn Twitter. Jesus Christ, you perverts, man. I was just saying, if you don't know if you're a homo, look at the Benny Benassi satisfaction video, and if that doesn't do anything for you, then you're gay. All right? You're gay. Anyway, where am I at? Anyway, Dow Jones Industrials. If you take a look at the intraday chart today, folks, it was up and down, helter-skelter, and it's because of the lack of volume. There's no buyers in this market. So that's why even news such as Donald Trump saying something weighs the market down or higher. I mean, it's ridiculous. I'm waiting for the crash, man. I'm waiting for the crash in the stock market. Black hole sun, won't you come and wash away the speculation? Black hole sun, won't you come? Won't you come? Black hole sun! I'm waiting for the crash is the point I'm trying to make there, right? Anyway, Dow Jones Industrials up 7.91 points, a percentage increase of 0.04%. As a matter of fact, look at that intraday chart on the Dow. That thing came crashing down at about 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. I mean, it's helter-skelter, all right? Anyway, up 0.04%, closing out the Dow at 20,619.77 points for the Dow Jones Industrial. We've got the S&P down today, is down modestly 2.03 points, a percentage decrease of 0.09%, closing out the S&P at 2,347.22 points for the S&P 500. We've got the NASDAQ also down modestly today, 4.54 points, a percentage decrease of 0.08%, closing out the NASDAQ at 5,814.90 points for the NASDAQ. You know, I actually saw an article in the business media that these idiots are talking about 6,000 Dow Jones Industrial. 6,000 Dow Jones Industrial? Give me a freaking break. Give me a break. So anyway, over speculative market, just wait till the damn thing starts crashing. We're lucky that Yellen didn't raise the damn interest rates, what was it, the other day? It was on Tuesday? We're lucky she didn't raise the damn rates a quarter point. That would have sent the damn stock market tumbling hard, or even a half a point, any kind of point. That's why the stock market went up, for Christ's sake, during that time, because Yellen said that she wasn't going to raise interest rates now per se, but the interest rates are going to be gradual. So anyway, let me get to the commodities. As I stated, folks, I'm not going to cover the agriculture today. We're just going to go through the energy, and we're going to go through the precious metals. Let's go ahead and get to energy. Once again, I'm not touching energy with a 10-foot pole. There's too many goddamn energy producers on the world market today. Not to mention you've got America attempting to open up its oil production. So I personally believe I am not a buyer. I am not a buyer in this market, in the oil market, all right? All right. Yeah, 6,000 NASDAQ. If I said Dow Jones Industrials, I meant 6,000 NASDAQ. My apologies. Let's get to the energy. We've got WTI up 35 cents, a percentage increase, very modest increases. But I don't know if you take a look at that damn chart. Take a look at that chart right there in the intraday. Look at how it dipped. Look at that intraday dip, for Christ's sake. Who in the hell is fixing this market? I mean, obviously, maybe Saudi Arabia, maybe some of the oil producers. I don't know. But that's a horrible-looking chart. I've never seen a chart like that in my life, especially in a commodity. An intraday chart of a drop like that. Look at that damn thing. Anyway, a percentage increase of 0.66%, closing out WTI at $53.46 per barrel of WTI sweet crude. We've got Brent crude. It's also up today, folks. It is up 0.05%, up 3 cents, closing out Brent crude at $55.78 per barrel of Brent crude oil. Same thing on the intraday chart there, folks. I mean, what the hell is that about? Gasoline down today, 1.43% decrease on the day for gasoline. And the feast or famine commodity, natural gas, folks, is down again today. It is down 3.18% decrease on the day for natural gas. Now, let me tell you something. I have not traded natural gas. I haven't done a play on natural gas. I do know folks within the capitalist army who have. And their strategy is to, whenever you see dips like this, we have been seeing constant dips throughout the sessions this week as it pertains to natural gas. This is when you want to entertain some buy at this point. This is when you want to entertain a buy. In my personal opinion, we've been seeing nothing but gradual decreases. Nothing but gradual decreases in natural gas. So I'm suggesting, based upon plays that I've heard others make, when you start seeing these types of gradual decreases in natural gas, that's when you want to start, maybe entertaining a move or an opportunity, because we have seen natural gas go up as high as 10% in one-day session, folks. Y'all remember that? 10%. I mean, and I would love to make 10% on my money for one damn day, I mean, just holding a ETF or an ETN related to natural gas. So this is just something to think about if you folks are thinking about plays, making moves, that sort of thing. Let's get to heating oil. Heating oil is down today. Oh, yeah, I forgot to say, natural gas is down 3.18% decrease. Natural gas down 3.18% decrease. So that's why I'm saying it may be a time to make a move since we're seeing such decreases. Let's get to heating oil. Heating oil is down today 0.20%. And let's get to the metals, shall we? The metals! Let's get to the goddamn metals! I've been saying, folks, you should be making moves on metals. Didn't I say this? I said that you should extend your portfolio at least from 10 to 15% to 25 to 30% of your portfolio being gold and silver holdings, whether it be actual physical gold, physical silver, ETFs, ETNs, whatever the case might be. I mean, I've been saying it, and I'm still a buyer. I'm still a buyer at these levels at this point in time. I mean, there's a certain level of uncertainty out here that is basically causing the increase. And this is a gradual increase, but it's still an increase in gold and silver. So with that being said, folks, I'm still bullish on gold and silver. We may see some turbulence, obviously. It's been a very volatile market, but I'm still bullish on gold and silver. So let's get to them, shall we? We have gold today up $7, a percentage increase of 0.57%, closing out gold at $1,240.10 per troy ounce of gold. We've got silver. Man, take a look at silver today, folks. All right, and it's been gradually increasing. Silver is up 13 cents, a percentage increase of 0.71%, closing out silver at $18.09 per troy ounce of silver. Unbelievable. I mean, remember when silver was at about $15 a couple of weeks ago? Remember that? Remember that? I'll tell you, you remember that? I hope that y'all were listening. I know that there's been a lot of people that have been listening. You know, and I'm glad that you folks that have been accumulating silver, I'm sure that you're happy as hell. I'm sure you're like, man, I'm making money just holding silver. I'm making money just holding gold. That's what it's about, baby. If your equities somehow tank, it will be offset by the increase in the commodity of gold and silver. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, you know, it shouldn't be this hard, but sometimes it is. And that's why, you know, capitalism is it's a game, baby. Anyway, let's get to the Bitcoin price for today. Bitcoin continues its rise. Have you heard the articles out today, folks? Big-time, big-wig hedge fund manager, billionaire Jim Rogers basically said that cashless society is the thing of the future and that the state is going to control all flows of money. Now, we're already seeing it incrementally done. We're seeing it in Venezuela. We're seeing it in India. They're talking about doing it in the European Union. This is very dangerous for independent business folk or budding capitalists. I mean, we have to have the ability to have tangible cash because, I mean, there's a lot of jobs, there's a lot of things that people get paid upon cash that isn't necessarily taxable. And it's those means of income, especially in the most impoverished areas, that enable, you know, those in poverty to live a life. So getting rid of cash, I think, is just going to cause more and more poverty and give more and more power to the state. And I don't think that's appropriate. I don't think that should not be. That should not be at all. But with that being said, even though they're trying to make a cashless society, there is a cryptocurrency element that's now starting to look like a legitimate hedge against such an encroachment on economic freedom. Because a cashless society, folks, even though you little hipster idiots think it's more convenient, I'm telling you, it is an attack on economic freedom, and America should never, and I repeat, never stand for a cashless society. Anyway, Bitcoin price today, folks, is $1,038.39 per Bitcoin today. And that, my friends, is the markets for your ass, all right? Now, with that being said, all right, let's go ahead and get to some Twitter shout-outs here, folks, okay? Now, before we go ahead and do so, I want to remind everybody that I am not in the best of moods. Do not piss me off! Or we're not going to have Twitter shout-outs. Now, to get a Twitter shout-out, folks, all you've got to do is retweet the tweet that states True Capitalist Radio Live. True Capitalist Radio Live. If you retweet that tweet, I will give you a Twitter shout-out live right here on the broadcast, right here and now. Do we got any Twitter shout-outs, engineer? All right. Well, with that being said, let's go ahead and get to some Twitter shout-outs right now. All right, who do we got here? We got Mastema. We got Metal Capitalist in the house. We love Ghost. Hey, I appreciate it. Stay off my turf in the house. We got the MySpace Mexican, blasphemous bastard in the place. Young Ghost in the house. What's going on? We got Flynn Done Goofed. Shut up. All right, I'm going to talk about that here in a second, so shut up. We've got Barron's a brony. Shut up. Barron Trump is a brony. Get the F out of here with that garbage. We got the Aardvark in the house. What's going on, man? We've got, I'm not going to say that disgusting name, Poop Tickler Jr., Twilly Atkins in the house. We've got TCA Newsfeed. What's going on, man? Good to see you. We've got Remington in the house, Freezing Zakata. I'm a Juju on the beat. What the hell does that mean? What the hell is that supposed? I don't get it. Sergeant Yoda in the house. What's going on? Black hole, my asshole. Ah, you sick son of a. Jesus Christ, man! You see, this is the kind of crap I did not want to get into for Twitter shoutouts today, man. Listen, this is supposed to be a very serious broadcast. We're in very precarious political, economic, and social times today, and I think that people need an element of seriousness. They need an element of seriousness. Jesus Christ, man. Give me the mic. Elements of seriousness is what this show needs right now. Do you understand me? All right, let me calm down, folks. I'm just pissed. I'm going to be honest. I'm just pissed off. There's a lot of work to do, and not enough people taking it serious. That's all I'm saying. There's a lot of work to do, and not enough people taking this crap serious. Anyway, we got Trumpet Capitalist in the house. What's going on? We've got Oro Spill. Oh, shut up. Don't even kid around about that. Oroville, I mean, for you folks that are unaware, Oroville, California is under a emergency evacuation because of a potential breach in the Oroville Dam that could potentially kill or jeopardize hundreds of thousands of people. It'll probably kill potentially tens of thousands, affect hundreds of thousands. So let's put it that way. And that's not funny, ass crack, all right? That's not funny. We've got retarded number 45, whatever the hell that's supposed to mean. General Poop Tickler, slap ghost around. You know what? I dare you, son of a bitches. One of you slap me around and see if you ain't taken out on a goddamn stretcher. I'm telling you, you think you're so goddamn tough. You just wait, boy. You just wait. Stevie Ray Pinochet, what the hell? Just shut up with these stupid names, man. California Dam Busters, oh, man, come on, man. I mean, stop it with that crap, man. We got, I'm not going to say that. We got Flynn's KGB handler. Flynn's KGB, shut up! That man was a decorated general. Don't be demoralizing or defaming General Michael T. Flynn's name, boy. Don't you dare. We've got Taco Capitalist in the house. What's going on? Jesus Christ, you goddamn sons of bitches. You just want to continue to piss me off. You just don't want to take anything goddamn serious, don't you? You just don't want to take any goddamn thing serious, don't you, sons of bitches? Makes me sick. We've got Broly supports Ghost. What's going on? We got the 727 caller. We've got Aquaman 2, the damn Zero. Oh, man, you son of a... Give me a break! Stop it! Just stop! Just stop it with that crap. Are you kidding? Just stop. Just stop it with that garbage, man. Oh, jeez, man. Give me the mic. Look, just stop it with all that, damn talk, all right? Stop talking about the Oroville Dam. Stop talking about the damn dam already, God damn it. We've been talking about the goddamn dam for a long damn time, so stop the damn crap. All right? I've had enough of this damn conversation. I've had enough of these goddamn Twitter shout-outs. Enough. Enough of these goddamn Twitter shout-outs. God damn it. God damn you sons of bitches. Anyway, with that being said, we are now in the second hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. Before we get started, I'd like for everybody to please spread it around, spread it around, spread it around like wildfire, and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house, and we are live every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And, of course, we are conducting Twitter shout-outs, so if you're going to be wanting a Twitter shout-out, the least you can do is follow me on Twitter, all right? Follow me on Twitter, PoliticsGhost. All one word, no underscores, PoliticsGhost is the name to follow. With that being said, look, I'm only going to take a couple of more of these Twitter shout-outs because I already see where this is going, all right? I already see where this is going. Anyway, we got Distilling Baller Friday. What's going on? It's obviously Baller Friday already in the land down under. We've got, I'm not going to say that name. We've got Cali Liquidity Market. Oh, jeez. Look, just shut up with those stupid names. Shut up. Look at this. Surf's Up at Oroville. Look, I'm... Shut up! Look, there's going to be a lot of people affected over there, all right? There's going to be a lot of people affected, and you people think it's one sick joke. You people think it's just one big, sick-ass, twisted troll joke, don't you? Don't you? Jesus Christ. I mean, you sick bastards. All of you are a bunch of sick, little, twisted, troll terrorist, cyber vermin bastards. And if we were in a damn bar room right now, I swear to God, I'd be beating the bejesus out of each and every one of you trolls. You understand that? I'm not joking around. I mean, give me the mic. Let me tell you something. I'd be beating the bejesus out of each and every one of you sons of bitches. Do you understand that? I'd hit your ass so hard your great-great-grandkids would have black eyes, you dumb, stupid son of a bitch. You don't want to mess with... Look, it ain't nothing for me to whoop a man's ass. I'll tell you that right goddamn now. Think I'm messing around. You come at me. You come at me, you little enema bag cleaning cuckold connoisseur. You come at me and see what happens. Jesus Christ, man. Anyway, let me continue going. We got Moist Capitalist. We've got Supa in the place. What's going on? We've got Strictly Diesel in the house. We've got Colonel Poop Tickler. Oh, that's great. That's just great. Who else do we have here? We got Rob Van Dam. Rob Van Dam? What are you talking about? What is it, Mr. Monday Night over here? Mr. Pay-Per-View? Rob Van Dam! I bet you all you wrestling fans are like, oh my God, he knows Rob Van Dam! Anyway, we've got, I'm not going to say that name. We've got Ghost Clinton. Yeah, real funny ass crap. We've got Keep It Up Ghost. We've got None of Your Beeswax. We've got Ghostler the Beaver. What the hell does that mean? Ghost voted a lost cause. Look, shut up, you stupid moron, all right? What are you talking about? This is the manifestation of the capitalist revolution. Don't you dare go there, you sack of crap. Don't you dare. It's the manifestation of the capitalist revolution, boy. Don't you ever forget it. What you're witnessing right before your very eyes is the capitalist revolution, regardless if the deep state wants to try to stop us or not. Regardless, we're going to run right over them. We don't give a crap. Anyway, who else do we have here? We've got snorkeling in Oroville. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, Oroville Boating Club. Look, shut up, man. Shut up with this garbage. We've got the Brony Network. We've got Watersides for Libs. We've got Short Bus number 9. I'm not saying that for Christ's sake. Ghost paid off by Russians. Shut up, man. I hate Ruskies. I don't like Ruskies. I never have. You can look back in the archive. Look, you know what? Screw you. That's it for Twitter shout-outs, all right? If you're going to connect me with the goddamn Ruskies, these cockeyed, mouth-breathing, vodka-drinking bastards, I'm not going to do any more Twitter shout-outs. Do you understand that, boy? Do you understand that? I'm not going to do no more Twitter goddamn shout-outs there, you sorry sack of crap. So that's all there is to it. That's all there is to it, boy. Jesus Christ, man. Anyway, look, I'm sorry, folks, that, you have to hear this ridiculous malarkey of Twitter shout-outs, but... I mean, this is it. This is what we have. This is what I have to deal with on a consistent basis. If you want to be on the internet, if you want to convey any kind of ideas on the internet, this is the kind of garbage that you're going to have to go through, folks. This is it right here. So enjoy, all right? Enjoy, because this is exactly what you're going to be putting up with if you're going to be conveying anything on this goddamn internet. Jesus Christ. Give me my drink. Give me my goddamn drink, for Christ's sake. Sitting over here broadcasting on the internet live every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, and this is the kind of thanks that I get from the audience that's listening to me. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you this right goddamn now. Anyway, look, where the hell was I at, engineer? Oh, that's right. I wouldn't even getting into anything. Look, I'm going to get into the crux of the broadcast, and I don't want to hear any goddamn little snot-nosed, little smart-ass remark from you idiots on Twitter, all right? I don't need your little 2 cents, you stupid moron, all right? I'm the talent, all right? Do you see what the show's name is? True Capitalist Radio, hosted by who? Ghost. Hosted by Ghost. This is my show, so all you idiots that got little stupid 2-bit remarks on Twitter, you can take your little remarks and shove it straight up your ass. Jesus Christ. Anyway, folks, let's just get with the broadcast, all right? Let's talk about POTUS. Let's talk about my president, the manifestation of the capitalist revolution himself, Donald Trump. Let's talk about how his latest poll out of Rasmussen comes out, his approval rating, 55%, baby. Regardless of what the mainstream propaganda leftist media is trying to do to assassinate this man's character, 55% approval rating. 55% approval rating. You can't beat that, baby. You can't beat that. And let me tell you something right now. The reason that he has 55% in approval rating in America today, because people are starting to wake up. They're starting to realize that what they're seeing on TV is not the truth. What they are witnessing with all these staged protests, what they are witnessing with all this garbage, all this hoopla is ridiculous. And that's why they're starting to realize that, hey, maybe we need to start entertaining the idea that Trump's going to be president, whether you agree with him or not, and that you are going to have to accept the fact that this man's going to be president for 4 years and stop trying to make this particular great country of ours uncivil. stop trying to cause civil unrest. You leftists need to stop or you're going to be arrested. Do you understand that? And I think that Donald Trump he understands this. He knows what's going on. And as far as I'm concerned, I hope that he moves on a lot of these idiots. I'm talking about Michael Moore. I'm talking about Madonna. I'm talking about, these people that are calling for his assassination. I'm talking about individuals that are utilizing his name as a means of income, as a means of providing fodder for the left-wing media. Now, with that being said, folks, the reason I was so upset on Tuesday was because of the resignation of Michael T. Flynn. As I alluded to on that show, folks, what we are witnessing is a collusion of the establishment Republicans and the intelligence community attempting to undermine the authority of Trump, if not trying to supersede an elected government. Now, as I alluded to on that show on Tuesday, even though I was a little upset and a little angry, what happened was that the NSA had intercepted a phone call to a Russian ambassador. Now, what I did not know, folks, to be honest with you, what I did not know, what Donald Trump is now announcing is a crime, and I cannot wait for whoever leaked this, that I cannot wait till they get busted and are thrown in prison for treason, if not worse. But what I did not know is that intercepted phone call, what's supposed to happen. As I alluded to on Tuesday, the NSA is supposed to legally listen to the Russian side of the conversation. They could legally listen to the Russian side of the conversation. Now, to listen to the United States side of the conversation, they would have to go to a FISA court to get a court order for them to identify and then listen to the other side of the conversation. Unfortunately, that is not what was happening here. All right? That's not what happened here. What happened here was somebody within the NSA, somebody within the intelligence community intercepted this phone call and superseded the FISA courts, listened to the conversation, knew the conversation happened, held the conversation, and forwarded to the DOJ. The DOJ attempted to tell the Trump administration that supposedly Michael Flynn could be blackmailed because of this conversation, which the conversation itself wasn't harmful to national security. It wasn't breach of national security. If anything else, Michael T. Flynn was trying to establish diplomacy with the ambassador to Russia. And no, the discussion of sanctions being lifted was not directly discussed. The Russian ambassador asked Flynn about them, and Flynn said, look, you heard the president. He wants to establish new relations with Russia. We'll leave it at that. Now, what I said was the problem was somewhere along the lines of the chain of command. Either Michael T. Flynn told the president, which obviously he did, and told the vice president, and Mike Pence decided to go out a few Sundays back and outright lie and suggest that the administration had no communication with Russia, has no phone calls with Russia, that sort of thing. Or Michael T. Flynn didn't tell Mike Pence, vice president, the whole truth. Now, it took a couple of days, and that's another reason why I took yesterday off, to assess what the administration was going to do and how exactly they were going to approach this obvious attempt at undermining the Trump administration. Now, what Trump has decided to do, and this was highlighted in the press conference today that he had when announcing the Secretary of Labor, I believe, Alex Acosta, for all you folks that are trying to say that there's no diversity in the Trump administration, there you go. You got yourself a Latino there, all right, as well as a black house and urban development head. So shove it up your ass, all right? We also have a Asian an Asian Department of Transportation head. So, you know, for all you people that are on the left that like to play divisive racial politics, you could put that in your stupid liberal peace pipe and smoke it and get high. But the way Trump approached politically this situation, and I don't know if you noticed in his initial remarks, I mean, he called out Pence, he called out Reince Priebus. And I don't know, if you notice this, I try to look at every mannerism, I try to look at everything when it comes to really intense press conferences like this where an information needs to be conveyed from the White House. And right after he mentioned Pence's name, I don't know if you saw the glare that Donald Trump gave Mike Pence. The glare. I'm telling you, you can, in my personal opinion, this is what's happening at this point in time. Okay? This is what's happening. Trump is accepting the media's narrative of the Michael T. Flynn Russia connection. And the reason that the resignation of Michael T. Flynn was imminent is because the story caught teeth with the media. And the media ran with it and connected it with this whole Russia narrative that they've been trying to feed the American people for the past 3 to 4 months. And that's what I've been saying, right? I've been saying that they're going to try to tie Russia to Trump. That's why they keep feeding this narrative. That's why they keep repeating this narrative. You understand? I mean, Russia, Trump, Russia, Trump, Russia, Trump, Russia, Trump, Russia, Trump. And then it's so anesthetized, it's so embedded in the American psyche that when a story like this comes up, and I'm going to explain the exact story because the story, there's nothing to it. There is nothing to this story. The story is, and this is what Trump was trying to highlight, and he is going along with the snakes that are around him in Michael Pence and Reince Priebus. Now, what I believed happened was Pence purposely went out and told a lie so that this particular situation could come about in an attempt to undermine the president. The president understands what's going on and is rolling with this and is using this over their heads. You know, using this over their heads. If you take a look at the press conference today when Donald Trump, and I'm telling you, go look at it for yourself if you don't believe me, take a look at the evil glare that Donald Trump gives Pence that's sitting in the front row of that press conference. Take a look at that evil glare. And take a look and listen to what he says about Reince Priebus. I want you also to know that this is red tie Trump that came out today. That's the real Trump. That's the Trump that tells the truth. Okay? You notice that with Bibsy, Benjamin Netanyahu yesterday was wearing the blue tie. You notice that? Something to keep in mind, folks. I'm just saying. But he said that Reince Priebus is too busy, and this is the first thing he says about Reince Priebus. He's too busy going out there putting out lies to the media. And then he tries to say that he's doing a good job and that he's, you know, putting out fires and that sort of thing. But he actually tells the truth in the first sentence about Reince Priebus in this press conference. He says it. Go back in the recorded video on YouTube. He says Reince Priebus is too busy putting out lies to the media. He's telling the truth. And he's basically kind of testing Reince Priebus. So he's going to go along with these idiots because the media basically put Trump in a corner in which he had to have Michael T. Flynn resign. Now, the way Trump put it is that there was no Russia story. The whole Russia story is fake news. I'm glad that he came out and said this. I'm glad that he directly talked to the American people, which I asked him to do 2 nights ago on Twitter. You can look back at my Twitter timeline if you don't believe me. Look back at my Twitter timeline if you don't believe me. I told him to talk directly to the American people and say that you've got a lot of people and a lot of entities against you, name names, name agencies, that sort of thing. So in my personal opinion, what happened was this, okay? he said, and this is what Trump's story is that he said in today's press conference, that apparently Michael Flynn didn't lie. He just didn't tell the whole truth to Mike Pence. And because Michael T. Flynn unfortunately publicly changed his story, all right, when he unfortunately changed his story, that's when Trump said that he, kind of thought that was a bad deal. And he said that he asked for his resignation. So apparently Trump did ask for his resignation now. Now they're acknowledging this story. And I'm telling you, if you take a look at Trump's eyes when he talks about this and looks at Mike Pence, you can tell that he knows what's going on. Trump knows exactly who his friends are, who his enemies are, and he knows that Reince Priebus and Mike Pence are his enemies. That's why he named them in this press conference, and he put a point of emphasis on them. I'm not even joking around. So he explained to the American people that the reason Mike Flynn had to resign was not because what he talked about or the phone call or the Russian discussion, any of that nonsense. He resigned because he didn't tell Mike Pence, according to Trump, the whole truth. And that's the story they're rolling with, even though I believe that is not the case, according to my sources. But since they're going to roll with that narrative, I hope that Trump heeds my call and demotes Reince Priebus, so it doesn't seem as if Trump is going to remove Priebus, because this is what they're hoping that he was planning on doing. They were hoping that once the president found out Reince was the leaker, because he is the goddamn leaker, okay, that he was going to fire Reince Priebus, and it was going to make him look incompetent. That here within a month within his administration, he is firing his chief of staff. And it was going to make him look incompetent. I alluded to the other day, and the same night I suggested him talking to the American people. Actually, no, it was the next day. It was last night. I suggested that he needs to demote Reince Priebus and not fire him, just demote him. And Reince either has to accept the demotion, which we all know he's not, or he's going to have to resign. This will save political face for Trump and eliminate a leaker and an enemy of the Trump administration. Now, as far as Pence is concerned, I talked about this yesterday with some folks in the inner circle. I particularly thought that what Trump needs to do, he needs to send Pence off somewhere. He needs to keep Pence as far away from Washington, D.C. as possible. Now, I was going to allude to the fact that maybe Donald Trump should send, Mike Pence to a freaking African tour, some kind of an African tour, meeting all the African heads of state or some crap, to, be a, to basically keep him away from Washington, D.C., and to punish him at the same time. Because to be honest with you, Africa is not the greatest place to be going to right now, with the exception of a few safaris in certain areas that are somewhat mezzo safe. So the reason I say that is because it's not going to be very pleasant for Mike Pence, and the president has the authority to do that. The president has the authority to send Mike Pence to go on an African tour to meet all the heads of state. Now, before I even had a chance to say this, Donald Trump is already sending Mike Pence to Europe. Oh, I'm telling you, this guy's ahead of the game, man. This guy's ahead of the game. He's sending Mike Pence to Europe for a couple of weeks. And if I was the president, I would keep him gone. I'd be like, you know what, go to Africa, go here, go there, and keep him as far away from Washington, D.C. as possible. So right off the bat, you've eliminated the establishment connections and the establishment tentacles that are on the administration. The next thing Trump needs to do is he needs to find out who in the intelligence community is not only leaking this information, but illegally tapping his phones. Because not only was this conversation with Michael T. Flynn and the Russian ambassador obtained, recorded, and then disseminated to the New York Times and the Washington Post, which is completely illegal. Because as I stated, folks, legally the NSA is only supposed to record the Russian side of that conversation and then go to a FISA court so that they can gather the other side of the information via the United States. I mean, what they did, obtaining that particular recording, was illegal. You understand? It was illegal, for Christ's sake. So Trump put a point of emphasis today when talking to the American people that what is going on here in the intelligence community is illegal, it's unsafe, and it's attempting to undermine his presidency. And he's right. I mean, the intelligence community are unelected, with all due respect, paper-pushing bureaucrats. These are not soldiers. These are not military guys. These are intelligence guys. These, the CIA, they're paid liars. That's all they are. They're professional liars. That's all they do. Their whole life is a lie. And all they do is gather human intelligence, which, of course, means spying, eavesdropping, tapping phones, gathering enough human intelligence to be able to disseminate whether or not the individual that you are compiling some level of dossier on can either be convinced or coerced into doing something that the CIA wants them to do. That's what the CIA does. They either coerce you, force you, or convince you to do something that's in their favor or whatever's in their motive. So with that being said, man, I mean, Donald Trump called out these damn intelligence agencies that are leaking this information, and he said that they are going to be busted and they're going to be brought to justice. And they should be, because this was not only the first phone call that was leaked as it pertains to an illegal eavesdropping of the Trump administration. I mean, lest we forget, we found out that the Mexico's president and the conversation with President Trump was leaked to the media. Same thing with the conversation with the Australian Prime Minister and Donald Trump in another conversation. So these conversations are illegally being tapped by the NSA, by the intelligence community, and they're bypassing FISA courts. All right, they're just literally a rogue element tapping the phone lines of the administration and disseminating that information to the media in an attempt to undermine an elected government. And I'm telling you this right now, Donald Trump is within his legal right to find out who these leakers are in the intelligence community and not only arrest them, but I think that this is an executable offense as far as I'm concerned. This is undermining an elected government, and this is treason. So whoever it is out there in the intelligence community that is disseminating this information that has been obtained illegally, it'd be a different story if the intelligence community actually went to the FISA court and was able to get the warrant necessary to justify both sides of recording. Like I said, and I want to reiterate this, that's why it's so integral to say that the only legal means that the NSA has to recording a phone call is if an American makes a phone call out of the country. And the NSA is only legally allowed to record and listen to the foreign side of the call. They have to go to a FISA court to listen to the American side. And that was not done with the Michael T. Flynn recording. That was not done with the President and the President of Mexico recording. That was not done with the President and the Prime Minister of Australia's recording. These recordings were obtained illegally and disseminated to the press. This was an unbelievable crime, and I cannot wait to whoever leaked this is not only found and arrested, but executed, because this is an executable offense as far as I'm concerned. This is an intelligence community trying to undermine the elected government.
Now, people are already saying, what's that mean? What's the difference between that and WikiLeaks, Ghost?
Hey, asshole. The DNC was a private server, okay? It was a private server that they didn't even bother to goddamn secure, first and foremost, okay? Secondly, John Podesta had all his emails on a Gmail account, and this moron pressed a phishing scam in order for all his damn emails and access to his email account to be accessed. This was not classified information. What Trump was doing by making phone calls to the president of Mexico, making phone calls to the prime minister of Australia, Michael T. Flynn making a diplomatic phone call to the Russian ambassador. This is classified information. All right? I mean, no one should know about these calls. No one should know about this information, because what the administration is trying to do is trying to open up a certain level of diplomacy. But in doing so, what the agencies that obtained these conversations illegally, they knew about these conversations months ago. And you see, this is what Trump was trying to allude to in the press conference, that somebody left over from the Obama administration knew about these calls, especially the Michael T. Flynn Russian ambassador call, held on to the call. And it seems to me, in my opinion, they coordinated with the left-wing, mainstream media to push this narrative for the past couple of months: Russia, Trump, Russia, Trump, Russia, Trump, Russia, Trump, Trump, Russia, Russia, Trump. You get it? And once they tried to shape the narrative of the perspective of the average everyday person, that's when they hit up Michael T. Flynn with this Russia scenario. And it was a coordinated effort. It wasn't just the leaking of the illegal wiretap to the Washington Post and the New York Times. It was the collusion of Reince Priebus and Mike Pence. Mike Pence going out to those morning shows and claiming that he is insistent that the administration had no contact with Russia or anybody affiliated with Russia, so on and so forth, when, in my opinion, I believe that Mike Pence knew that that was an outright lie, and I'm sure he shocked the administration. I'm sure he told the administration some bureaucratic excuse for him going out there and claiming that there was no communication between Russia and the administration. Because once he said that, that's what gave the credibility to the Michael T. Flynn story. And that's why they leaked the phone call and the information about the phone call to the New York Times and the Washington Post. And you see, when you connect Michael T. Flynn, National Security Advisor to the Trump administration, with Russia, once again, where are we at? Russia, Trump, Russia, Trump, Russia, 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 Trump. And you see, they're trying to win the minds of the simpletons that watch the boob tube to make people believe, or at least incept in the back of their minds, that somehow Trump is some sort of freaking Russian agent. You know, like Trump is some kind of a freaking Russian agent, for Christ's sake, and that is the farthest from the truth. So this is why I was so concerned on Tuesday, folks. As a matter of fact, I was in a bad mood all week because I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming. And I'm glad that the president at least listened to the tweets that I sent him two nights ago, and I told him, look, talk to the American people, name names, name agencies, and tell them that they're trying to undermine your presidency. And what did he do today? He talked directly to the American people. He said, I'm talking directly to the American people. And he named names and agencies as well. And he emphasized fake news, which is another thing that I told him to do as well. So whoever's listening in the Trump administration to this Twitter account, thank you very much, because you have saved the face politically of Donald Trump. Now you put the ball in the court of the intelligence community, now that you have had Trump expose the fact that the intelligence community gathered these wiretaps illegally. Completely illegally. And the thing that Trump said in his press conference was, what if I was trying to make a deal with North Korea? What if I was trying to prevent North Korea from continuing its ballistic missile testing and enriching uranium or whatever the hell else they're doing over there? I mean, what are they going to do? They're going to illegally tap Donald Trump's phones and then leak it right back to the New York Times or the Washington Post? This has got to stop, folks. And that's why I'm saying the intelligence community needs to be stopped, and each and every one of these people that are leaking information need to be thrown in prison, if not executed for treason. I mean, give me a freaking break. How can anybody get away with this crap? Anyway, I do want to say, that I am breathing a breath of fresh air, to say the least, after hearing the press conference from Donald Trump. I'm telling you this right now. He hit back at everybody. He talked to the American people. He named names. He discussed what the Michael T. Flynn situation is. It's not the fact that Michael T. Flynn did anything wrong. It's the fact that supposedly he didn't tell Mike Pence the whole truth, whatever the hell that means. And as I stated, look back at that press conference. Right after he made the reference to Mike Pence, he looks at Mike Pence with an evil-ass glare. Evil glare. So that's the way it is, folks. Right now, we've got some moles for the Republican establishment in Reince Priebus and in Mike Pence. They helped coordinate this horrific political assassination of Michael T. Flynn by doing what Pence did, going out on those Sunday shows and claiming that there was no connection, no communication with the administration in Russia. When Michael T. Flynn wasn't just exclusively calling Russia in these calls. He called about 30 different countries. I mean, this is a new administration coming on board. They're trying to establish new diplomacies, that sort of thing. So once again, I'm glad that not only did Trump highlight the fact that Michael T. Flynn did nothing wrong, other than supposedly not giving Mike Pence the whole truth, and I liked how he went right at the goddamn media and said, look, you people are trying to twist this as Russia this, Russia that, Russia this, Russia that. It's fake news. It's fake news because there is no direct ties to Russia and Trump. None whatsoever. Now, whether or not some of his surrogates on the alternative right have affiliations with Russia is a completely different story. And, I personally believe that maybe Trump knew that, some of these characters that were on the alt-right had Russian connections and didn't really think twice about it because he was trying to win an election that had everything against him, for Christ's sake. But now at this point in time, we heard Roger Stone yesterday. I don't know if y'all heard. I tweeted an article about Roger Stone, which of course is a close confidant and a political operative of Donald Trump. He's calling for an investigation as well. He's calling for an investigation into these supposed Russia links. And the reason is, if you want my personal opinion, I think that he wants to know who poisoned him with polonium-210. I mean, if you want my opinion, we all know that polonium-210 is a known Russian assassin agent. Now, why would they want to kill Roger Stone? Because maybe, just maybe, Russia doesn't want Roger Stone to influence the president. And let me tell you something, Roger Stone is the ultimate political operative. And it seems that he has a certain level of influence to the president. Now, who would be close enough to be able to deliver Roger Stone any kind of a dosage of polonium-210? Well, you got to think of it. I mean, who does he live with? His wife, his daughter? I doubt they're trying to kill him. It's very, very far-fetched that they're trying to kill him. And even if it was them, they would have been able to give him enough dosage of polonium-210 to kill him completely. These were very small dosages, according to the blood test that he took at the, I forgot which, I think it was Mount Sinai, I think he went to. I forgot which hospital he went to. But regardless what hospital, they took some blood tests, found the polonium-210 in his blood, and as I stated, that is a known assassination method of Russia. So you take a look, who else was close to him? I mean, he's always spending a lot of time with InfoWars and Alex Jones. It's just my opinion, That's why I try to tell old Roger Stone, doesn't it scare you that you were poisoned with polonium-210 and then you've got Alex Jones over here, pretty much a propagandist for Russia? The guy kisses Russia's ass like it's going out of style, for Christ's sake, man. I mean, did you see him have Alexander Dugin on his broadcast last week? I mean, what a propaganda piece that was. Every time Dugin attempted to go into his whacked out, freaked out fourth political theory and order out a chaos horse crap, Alex Jones would stop him and say, no, what you really mean here is, Dugin, is you want Russia to be its own Russia, and you want the United States to be its own United States, and we'll be able to, have diplomatic relations. That's what you mean, right? I mean, completely. I'm not even joking around. Take a look at that Alexander Dugin, Alex Jones interview. It is a pure propaganda piece by Alex Jones for Russia, pure propaganda piece for Alexander Dugin. And folks, Alexander Dugin is a goddamn nutcase. And this is Putin's favorite philosopher, folks. All right? Putin's favorite philosopher, Alexander Dugin. I mean, he's known in Russia as Putin's brain, and Alex Jones has got connections to this guy. The supposed white nationalist, alternative right-wing imbecile, Richard Spencer, has ties to this moron. So does his Ruski imbecilic attention whore of a wife, Nina Byzantina, also has connections. She translates this moron's books into English, for heaven's sake. I don't know how much more of a connection you want than that. David Duke has a connection to this half-Jewish political philosopher in Alexander Dugin. And you see, this is what pisses me off. You got all these white nationalists out here. They're like, yeah, white nationalism, yeah. And yet they're following people that are following a half-Jewish philosopher. You do know that Dugin is half-Jewish, right? And I did tweet a picture of David Duke with Dugin. And if that's the case, then wait a minute. I thought Duke didn't like the parentheses, folks. I mean, I mean, do you see what I'm saying? I mean, it's a hypocrisy, man. I mean, this is a Russian psyop that has literally, they're playing both sides. I mean, they're playing both sides, folks. I want you to know this. I mean, you've got people yelling white nationalism, white nationalism, white nationalism, and yet they are apologists to a Russian nation whose political philosopher is a half-Jew. If you want my personal opinion, I think the majority of Russia itself that is in the government system are Jewish descent, because that's what the Bolsheviks were. The Bolshevik Revolution were mostly Jewish elites, Jewish intellectuals. It was Jewish intellectuals that went to Russia to overtake the Russian government. I mean, this is a fact. Vladimir Lenin was Jewish. Trotsky was Jewish. All right? Stalin was Jewish. All right? I mean, give me a break! Jesus Christ, but no, white nationalism. Richard Spencer, he's a white nationalist. You idiots, when they had that stupid CNN clip of Richard Spencer doing the Sieg Heil to Trump, the guys next to him that were doing it with him were Jewish as well, you stupid, dumb idiots. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. I mean, that's what I keep saying. As much and as crazy and as dumb as the left is, we have the same type of mentality on the right. Same type of mentality on the right. Unfreaking believable. Unfreaking believable. Anyway, folks, look, I'm going off keister here because I want to get the facts out that Trump is now hitting back. He's hitting back against the media. He's hitting back against the intelligence community. He's hitting back against everybody that's trying to undermine his authority. And that's why he came out today and directly talked to the American people. And one of the things that he said was that he inherited a mess. And I'm glad that he named Obama and how this was an utter mess. Because let's talk about that for a minute, okay? What did Trump inherit? He inherited a messed up, disgusting, pathetic immigration system that literally was used as a means of sabotage by the Obama administration. Because that's what Obama did. He utilized his immigration policy as sabotage on the American people. And all you have to do is look at the effects of it today. With all these people that are trying and begging and protesting to bring in the terrorists into this country. I mean, because all you idiots that are out here protesting this immigration reform, you people are actually begging for the terrorists to come into this country. I just can't believe it. You know, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. So, give me my drink. Give me my drink. I mean, look at what Obama's sabotage in immigration has done to this country. I mean, look at it, man. And a report off of Drudge, let me go ahead and pull it up right here, about immigration, which is a very interesting subject here, and I think that people need to realize what's going on, for Christ's sake. 60% of refugee arrivals since the judge halted Trump's order on, the travel ban on certain terrorist-prone countries. 60% of refugee arrivals since the judge halted Trump's order comes from terrorist-prone countries. All right? So I want to let everyone know something here, okay? I want to let everyone know something here right now. If anything happens terrorist-wise on the homeland here, every one of you idiots that protested against this travel ban, every one of you morons that took this crap to court, the judges, each and every one of you people have blood on your hands, and you should be all held accountable as far as I'm concerned. You should be all held accountable. Now, with that being said, Trump inherited a mess. Aside from the immigration policy, this Obamacare situation. This Obamacare situation was definitely sabotage on an economic front, because as we all know, you can't get a full-time job in America anymore, because under Obamacare, if your employer employs you over 40 hours a week, that constitutes you as a full-time employee, so that obligates the employer to pay for your health insurance. And the majority of times, folks, the health insurance is worth more than the cost of labor for the employee. That's why you can't find full-time employment in this country anymore. Now, you can't find full-time employment. You can find things for 30 hours, maybe 35 hours, but they're not going to give you your 40 hours. And you see, that was economic sabotage, and not to mention health sabotage. Have you seen so many people sick? I haven't seen so many people sick before in my life. You know, you should go look at the Nostalgia Channel or Turner Classic Networks. You know, take a look at these old movies, for Christ's sake. And I'm talking like 20s, 30s, 40s. And take a look at all the old people in those movies. All the old people, and how they're eating steaks and apple pie and drinking wine and that sort of thing. Back in those days, you just died of old age. Remember that? Remember when you used to die of just old age and you were just old? That's not the case anymore, folks. And if you want my personal opinion, Obamacare is a authoritarian, totalitarian rule over our health. Because as I've stated time and time again, the way that this particular health infrastructure is structured, it's not intended to cure anything. It's not intended to help anybody. The intention, at least on the doctor's end, is to make sure that you're continuously sick, that you continuously are taking medications that have side effects, that you need other medications for, that you need to come back for, that you need tests for. Because, folks, because the system has mandated, the government, federal government has mandated each and every one of us has to buy health insurance. Now all the doctors have to do is look for something, even something small, some anomaly, to show that you're sick. And all they got to do from that day forward is, oh, well, we see something here. Let me go ahead and forward you to the specialist. Have you done that before? All right, let me go forward you to the specialist. All he's doing is getting a referral for more money from the specialist. The specialist, in turn, bills your freaking insurance company. I mean, that's all it is. They're trying to do whatever it takes to bill your insurance company. That's why they're making sure that you're perpetually sick. It is a totalitarianism on everybody's health. That's why they're overdiagnosing cancers. That's why they're making sure that chemotherapy and radiation therapy and all these high expensive therapies that are billed on insurances are used on a frequent basis, even for the most minute goddamn growths, abnormalities in the freaking body. And, you know, folks, most of the time, a lot of these abnormalities that are found by doctors can be pretty much resisted by the body itself. But no, everybody's got to go and everybody's got to listen to the white coats. And if you take a look at the goddamn symbol that they have, and I'm talking about the medical industry, have you taken a look at their symbol? It is two serpents in the tree of life. The two serpents of the tree of life. Now, I don't want to get esoteric here on you, but just think about that for a second. Two serpents crawling up the tree of life. So that's all I'm saying, folks. And in my personal opinion, I mean, this would be very easy to do. I mean, if we really wanted drugs that help the human body, all Congress has to do is pass a law making sure that any goddamn pharmaceutical that is sold on the market today cures something. It's got to cure something. We haven't seen a cure to crap since polio. We haven't seen a goddamn cure for crap since polio. I mean, this is a law that needs to be enacted, don't you think? Anyway, I don't mean to get off keister about health care, but I mean, this was economic sabotage, this was health sabotage, and now this is why the Republicans are having such a hard time repealing this particular law, because they're not going to know how to replace it. You want to know why? There are 40 million people that are now insured on this particular Obamacare scam that were not insured before because of pre-existing conditions and because they couldn't afford it, okay? So the problem is that if you repeal that, you're basically, and this is why they look, this is why the Democrats set it up this way. They knew what they were doing. They're bureaucrats. If you repeal Obamacare, 40 million people who have pre-existing conditions and that are old or that are poor, they lose their health care. Now, everyone's going to say, oh, that sucks. Oh, we got to keep them on health care. Well, that's the scam, folks. The only reason that the 40 million out of the 350 million people that are on this goddamn continent, or on this, the United States of America, I should say, the 350 million people that are in the United States of America are paying for those 40 million people to have insurance. Do you get it? That's how the system was intended to be. The system is intended as such, as follows. People with pre-existing conditions, old and poor people, are being supplemented by the premiums of young, healthy people. So if you're young and healthy and you wonder why you're getting charged $400 a month for health insurance, you're getting charged $400 a month so you can pay for those that have pre-existing conditions, that are old and that are poor, okay? You're the one paying for it. And you know what I find funny is that the young people and the healthy folks, they don't really have much of an economic opportunity to survive and make a living and have leisurely activity money, let alone be able to freaking afford health insurance. All right? I mean, this isn't the 70s and 80s and 90s, all right, where people could go get jobs and be able to, you know, have one job and be able to afford a house, a car, and all kinds of spending money. This ain't that time anymore. So aside from the young, healthy folks forcing them to subsidize sick and pre-existing condition and old people and poor folks, I mean, they're also being used, in my personal opinion, for other things like abortions. You know, I mean, you're subsidizing that in your $400, $500 premium. You're subsidizing, why should you, as a man, a healthy young man, be subsidizing something that you're never going to use? subsidizing birth control, subsidizing abortions, subsidizing. I'm just saying it's a scam. The whole healthcare system is a scam. And this is why the Republicans are having a very hard time in repealing and replacing this damn thing. So that's why this is sabotage, folks. Everything Obama did in his tenure as president sabotaged this country. Obama is an anti-American piece of trash, and anytime he is seen out in public, people should yell at this son of a bitch that he is a traitor, that he should be in prison, that his name's not even Barack Obama. His name is Barry Soetoro. And you got Netflix rubbing it in our face out here. You've met Barack Obama, now meet Barry. With that stupid movie about a young Barry Soetoro, Barack Obama. I mean, what a scam. What a scam, for Christ's sake. And as a matter of fact, somebody is saying, creepy Ghost, that the medical symbol is two serpents on the tree of life. Yeah, here it is. Let me go ahead and retweet that. There it is, folks. Look at that. Two serpents crawling up the tree of life. What the hell is that supposed to mean? That's the medical industry right there, folks, all right? These are the people that are supposed to be taking care of you. They consider, all right, they consider themselves serpents. They consider themselves serpents. So anyway, with that being said, folks, I didn't mean to get off keister about all these subject matters, but I think I've covered a pretty good amount of information here. But we're running out of time, so I got to move on. But once again, we have to understand what's going on here. And the Republican establishment and the deep state, the left-wing media, they are trying everything to stop and undermine Donald Trump. And we, as the Trump train, we as the capitalist army, we have to continue going forward, man. That's why I implore you. I mean, if you see me tweet something like an article that is going to basically contradict whatever the hypocritical and lying mainstream media is saying, well, by God, please retweet it, man. I mean, what are y'all doing? Retweet these things that I'm tweeting. Or if you find an article, tweet it at me. And I'm glad some of you folks, that they're tweeting me these articles. Thank you very much. I mean, this is how we got to keep each other informed. I mean, this is the only way we're going to be able to break what these mainstream media talking heads are incepting in the minds of the American people. We have to work with each other here, man. Yeah, we won the election. The war is not over. All right, the leftists are not stopping. The globalists are not stopping. The establishment is not stopping. The left-wing media is not stopping. We can't stop either, folks. This government was made for the people and by the people. We have to continue to be politically active. And I know that you want to go and you want to watch cartoons and you want to watch movies and you're an entertainment star fucker, but you've got to take some time to actually understand that there is a world beyond your problems and you have to partake in the political process to solve those problems. Because if you don't partake in the political process, nothing's going to happen. Nothing is going to happen, man. I mean, that's why I'm telling you, we have to work with each other, man. All right? When you see me tweet something, especially an important article, retweet it, man. Retweet the damn thing. I mean, it's just a freaking click, for Christ's sake, man. It's just a freaking click. Stop being such an egotistical bastard and thinking, no, it's Ghost. I'm not going to do it. I mean, everything that I tweet is integral to the Trump administration, integral to getting the truth out, integral to international relations. Everything I tweet is something important for our political minds, our political psyche, our political perspective. So that's all I'm saying, all right? That's all I'm saying, man. I just... Anyway, let me calm down here, folks. So let me move on. All right, we're getting down to we're getting down in time here, for Christ's sake. I mean, once again, I want to reiterate: Mike Pence, Reince Priebus, moles for the Republican establishment. All right, the intelligence community are trying to undermine an elected government. Now, why are they trying to do it, folks? Well, haven't you noticed that there's been a lot of pedophile rings busted as of late? All over the country. I mean, why don't you Google child sex abuse rings, pedophile rings, those things. Google that within the past month and take a look at how many across the country of these pedophile rings have been busted. I mean, so many of them have been busted. Jerry Sandusky's son, Jerry Sandusky, the guy from Penn State, his son was busted for child sex abuse in one of these goddamn child sex rings. I'm just saying, folks. Anyway, we are now in the third and final hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. Before we get started, I'd like for everybody to please spread it around like wildfire and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house, and we are live every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And, of course, if you have not done so, please follow me on Twitter, folks. The Twitter name to follow is Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. Now, I want to continue going on what I was talking about, all these raids that are happening all over the country. Thank you very much to John. Here's just one example of one of these raids that are happening all over the country here. Check it out. All right. Strongville International Adoption Agency raided. There were some raids out there in Pennsylvania. There's raids happening all over the country, folks. This is not an accident. All right, this is not an accident. This is directly related to Pizzagate. And for you folks that are still stupid and stupefied and putting blinders on your periphery thinking that Pizzagate is fake news, you people are idiots. All right, you people are morons. What's happening here, folks, is the Trump administration is making a concerted effort to busting the underlings of these supposed little child sex abuse rings. And in doing so, we are starting to see the establishment, which is very close to this Pizzagate scenario. That's why they were all quick to call it fake news. That's why they're all quick to discredit this damn thing. So I'm just telling you this right now. What's going on here is an attempt at trying to get to the bottom of what Pizzagate really is. And what they're going to do is they're doing intense raids right now, intense, massive raids. I mean, just Google right now, child sex abuse rings, child pedophile rings, and do a time span within 1 month in a news search and take a look at how many raids have happened. This has not been big news. And the reason it hasn't been big news is because the mainstream media doesn't want to rehash Pizzagate. All right? Doesn't want to hash Pizzagate, for Christ's sake. So with that being said, this is why, in my personal opinion, the intelligence community, or factions therein, it's not even the whole intelligence community, it's rogue factions, are trying to take down Trump, in my personal opinion, because he is aggressively going after these goddamn these Pizzagate connected type child sex rings. And I know people are saying, Ghost, come on, you're lying. You're lying. There's nothing with the Pizzagate. That's fake news. If that's the case, then why is it that we're seeing such fear with the administration. Or I shouldn't say with the administration, with the apparatus against the administration, the intelligence community apparatus against the administration. Now, to tell you something, that makes me sick, and let me tell you, this just goes to show you how sick and twisted these satanic, pedophile, disgusting maggots really are. Let me retweet you something that Democratic strategist, Felipe Reigns, tweeted at Michael T. Flynn. It said, "Dear Michael Flynn and Mike Flynn Jr., what goes around comments around. And given your pizza obsession, links a jobs to Domino's Pizza career link, XO Felipe." Now, here is that link right here. Here's that tweet right here. All right? Rubbing Pizzagate in the face of Michael Flynn. Now, lest we forget, Michael Flynn and Michael Flynn Jr. have been very vocal and have tweeted about Pizzagate. Okay? So, right there, I just retweeted Democratic strategist Felipe Reigns. All right? And that tweet right there. "Dear Mike Flynn Jr., what goes around comments, as in Comet Pizza, around. And given your pizza obsession, look at that. Look at that. What? They're rubbing it in the faces. And you know what? Guess who decided to talk about it as well? Hillary Rotten Clinton on February 13th. She says the following: "Felipe has got his own ways of saying things, but he has a point about the real consequence of fake news." Oh, are you kidding me? They're... Jesus Christ. Damn it. They're rubbing it in our faces, for Christ's sake, man. They're rubbing it in our faces, man. They're rubbing it in our goddamn faces. Damn it. It's sick, man. Sick. I'm telling you, man. This is real. Y'all are starting to get this, right? Give me a mic. Give me the mic. Y'all are starting to get this, right? Why are they being so cocky and confident about it? Because they know they're involved with this crap. Do you get this? They know they're involved with this garbage, man. Don't you get that this Pizzagate situation is not fake news? It's freaking real, for Christ's sake, man. And that's why the intelligence community is acting so aggressively, in my opinion, against Donald Trump. All right? They're acting so aggressively because he is trying to pursue what the hell is going on here in the power structure that is infatuated with pedophilia. Why is it? What's going on here? Jesus Christ, man. Jesus Christ. And look, let me show you, and somebody actually forwarded me this, even though you've got a horrific name, and I can't retweet you with that freaking name, you racist bastard. But thank you for forwarding this. Look, here it is. Here's the Trump raids. Here's a list of the Trump raids right here, okay? Here's the list of the Trump raids right here. I just tweeted them. Look at all the raids that have happened since Trump's taken office. And you don't think that a man like Michael T. Flynn, who has tweeted about Pizzagate, who has talked about Pizzagate, you don't think that they were going to go after him first? Here, let me go ahead and read off of the different arrests that have happened here in the past month. In less than a month. In like 3 weeks, all right? We had 42 arrested in Tennessee, and these are all child sex exploitation busts, and child sex trafficking, and child pedophilia, all this. This is all this, all right? January 27th, 42 arrested in Tennessee Sting. All right? January 29th, 474 arrested and 55 saved, 28 children in an L.A. sex bust ring. All right? January 29th, one arrested in Pennsylvania with the hopes of blowing up a larger ring. January 29th, 38 human trafficking arrests in San Diego. 11 are rescued with no arrest in New Orleans. 9 arrested with 31 children and women rescued in the bust of Haiti. All right? Oh, let's go back to Haiti, right? Huh? The Clinton Foundation and that connection, huh? February 5th, 108 arrests in Illinois, 29 of whom were actual traffickers. February 5th, 178 arrests in Texas sex sting, including noted sports agent. In February 5th, 750 arrested and 92 rescued in Super Bowl Sunday interstate rescue. This one factors in the Illinois and Texas, so it's another 464 arrests on top of those arrests, okay? February 14th, Strongsville, Ohio International Adoption Agency raided by FBI for failing to adequately supervise and preventing the sale, abduction, and exploitation or trafficking of children. I think that's the article that I just tweeted. February 14th, 16 people arrested in sex trafficking sting during Detroit Auto Show. February 14th, 11 men arrested on charges of sex exploitation in Virginia. February 14th, Alderman Thomas Castanosis, I think that's his name, has four businesses raided, including 3 pizza restaurants. Or what's his name? Katsitaranis or some crap. Alderman Thomas Castellanos, whatever the hell his fruity-ass name is, 4 businesses raided, including 3 pizza restaurants. February 14th, Polk Sheriff Grady Judd announced 42 child pornographic-related arrests. Over 1,500 arrests of children, 1,500 arrests, hundreds of children rescued. This is just the beginning. Now do you get why they went after Michael T. Flynn, considering the man was vocal about Pizzagate? You get what's going on here now, folks? All right? I'm serious, man. I'm not joking. And not to mention, there were some busts in Ghana. Ghana, yeah. I'm telling you, this goes all over the world. Thank you, Trump and capitalists, for reminding me. Where 16 were arrested in Lake Volta, all right, the same area that the Clinton Foundation was in. All right, let me go ahead and retweet that for Trump, and you're absolutely correct. I'm telling you, folks, this is really happening. This is really happening, for Christ's sake, and that's why, if you want my personal opinion, the intelligence community is crapping bricks, because they're still loyal to these Clinton pedophile Satanists, man. I mean, I just retweeted what Hillary Clinton and a Democratic strategist just kid around about as it pertains to Pizzagate. Look at this Felipe Reigns, man. What a sick... He even looks like a sick-ass, twisted freak. What goes around, comments around. What an asshole. And then Hillary Clinton has the audacity to say that. These people are sick, man. Let me tell you something. If anybody had said that about me, that, you know, I'm some sick-ass satanic pedophile or some kind of crap, I would do everything to prove that I have no goddamn connection to this crap. I wouldn't be kidding around about it. I wouldn't be joking about it. I wouldn't be joking around about this crap. I would be like, look, whoever is making these accusations against me is freaking ridiculous. So anyway, with that being said, folks, all I'm saying is right now what we're witnessing is a power struggle. Even Julian Assange understands this. A power struggle of the Trump presidency, the deep state, and the establishment political class. And this is why these Pizzagate investigations, right, are integral. And why these busts are integral in taking down. All right, taking down this satanic pedophile apparatus that is, obviously in power. I mean, the Franklin cover-up. Let's not forget about the Franklin cover-up. Let's not forget about the Catholic Church. Folks, the Catholic Church is still molesting children. There was an estimated 4,400 children that it just came out in Australia. It just came out in Australia. 4,400 children molested, coming out publicly, and the bishop that was in charge of this goddamn stupid area, this stupid church in Australia, the bishop, or whatever the hell it is, literally fled Australia and is now held up in the Vatican so that he can avoid extradition back to Australia to be put on trial for these 4,400 molestation cases that have come out as it relates to the Catholic Church in Australia. I mean, lest we forget, about Jimmy Savile in England. Did we forget about that in Britannia? Remember Jimmy Savile? Lest we forget about the Prince. I mean, lest we forget about that body that was uncovered outside of the property of one of the royals, of the Queen's home, I believe. I mean, this goes way up to the top, folks. This is not a joke. This is not a joke, and that's why they're trying to stop. That's why they're trying to stop Trump. That's why the intelligence community is going against him to try to undermine his authority as president. It's sad and it's pathetic. Anyway, with that being said, I'm running out of time, so let me move on to a couple of more subject matters, and maybe we'll get to Radio Graffiti. All right, maybe. Anyway, folks, did you know today is a day without immigrants? Did y'all know about that? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, man, this is such liberal virtue signaling. Of course, it's a bunch of white liberals organizing a bunch of immigrants to go out and go on strike. I mean, I tweeted this morning. Can immigrants really afford to be on strike right now? And moreover, doesn't that make them easier to identify? I mean, all I would do is say, hey, who's not here? Who's not here? He's not here? Then go send ICE to his house and get him the hell out of here. A day without immigrants. I mean, give me a break, man. Give me a break. And then when I tweeted that, do immigrants really have, can they really afford, I should say, to go on strike? And, doesn't this make them easier to identify? People tweeted at me and said, well, not all immigrants are illegal. Not all immigrants are illegal. Well, if they're not immigrants and they're not illegal, I mean, doesn't that make them a U.S. citizen? I mean, what the hell? I don't get it. I mean, if they're not illegal and they're immigrants, I mean, give me a break. I have no idea, all right? I have no freaking idea, all right? A day without immigrants. A day without... And what a joke! What kind of a joke is this? And, this is so racist. I mean, what are white people expecting from, a day without immigrants? It's like that dumb, fat, idiot, bloated broad that used to be on The View. What was her name? Raven Simone, that multiracial, dumbass, airheaded bimbo. Remember when she said, well, just imagine if, all the immigrants went on strike. Do you all remember that? Just imagine if all the immigrants, went on strike. You wouldn't have anybody to clean your floors. You wouldn't have anybody to clean your toilets. You wouldn't have anybody to do your laundry. And then you had Rosie Perez, which is some Puerto Rican dumb firecracker. She came out and said, oh, no, honey, okay? Latinos are more than just cleaning toilets, baby, okay? I mean, this is how racist liberals really are. That's what they think of you immigrants, man. I mean, that's what they think of you immigrants. The white liberal virtue signalers think that you are nothing better than toilet cleaners and floor cleaners. And, I'm not joking. That's what they think of you people. They're racist. They're racist. There's no bigger racist people in the world than white liberal virtue signalers. Let me tell you that one more again. There's no more racist people in the world. No more racist than the goddamn liberal white virtue signalers that are out here trying to pigeonhole these minorities into the cliches that they claim they're trying to get away from. It's ridiculous, man. It's pathetic. Anyway, once again, a day without an immigrant is today. I don't know if anybody was, I wasn't particularly bothered by it. I live in I guess it's a Mexican town. I didn't realize how many Mexicans were in this freaking town. I think it's 80% of the population in San Antonio, and I don't see, everything still seems open. All the fast food joints are open. Maybe a couple of Mexican restaurants aren't open, but, can they afford not to be open? I'm just saying. Anyway, today is a day without an immigrant, so give me Jesus Christ, man. All right. Oh, it was Ozzy Osbourne's daughter that said that. It was not Raven Simone. It was Ozzy Osbourne's daughter, whatever that fatty-faced broad's name is. She was the one that said that comment about, if all immigrants went on strike, you wouldn't have anybody to clean your toilets. You wouldn't have anybody to clean your floors. You wouldn't have anybody to clean your, So anyway, and you know what? Right when I'm talking about this, what are the odds, folks? What are the odds? I'm talking about Pizzagate. I'm talking about all the busts. I'm talking about all this. Here we've got Podesta right now on a tweet. He's tweeting like a son of a bitch. I have no idea what the hell his problem is. Take a look at this. Here's Podesta. Here's one of his. He wrote an op-ed, more urgent after Trump calls Flynn Russia reporting fake news. Look at this freaking satanic child pedophile-looking piece of garbage. Look at him trying to save his ass. Look at him trying to save his ass. And look, he's continuing tweeting, John Podesta. Look at this sick freak. Look at this guy. I'm telling you, think it's a coincidence that he's tweeting right now, and I'm out here saying that the damn busts that have recently happened all across the country are an attempt by the intelligence community to undermine this man's presidency, for Christ's sake? Look at John Podesta. Take a look at the Twitter account right now. Take a look at my Twitter. This guy is a cocky son of a bitch. I just tweeted goddamn Hillary Clinton. I just tweeted Felipe Reigns. I just went through why the intelligence community is trying to go against Trump, and that there is a correlation with all the damn child abuse, all the damn pedophile ring busts all across the country. There's a correlation with that, and Michael T. Flynn being politically assassinated by the Republican establishment, by the intelligence community. This is it. I'm telling you, look at this crap. You think it's a coincidence? You think this is a coincidence? He's doing it right now. You think this is a coincidence? I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, you folks that are listening to this broadcast, you may think that this broadcast is a big joke, man. This is a we're playing cloak and dagger games here. I'm not even joking around. We're playing some cloak and dagger type games here that is very dangerous. I want you to know this. This isn't some, little meme game anymore. This isn't like, Guac Bowl Merchant and Pepe and shit. This is where your life is on the line. My life is on the line. I have had people within the capitalist army and the inner circle stating that they have already been questioned by weird authority figures. They are also being followed. So look, this is serious business, man. This is serious goddamn business. And listen, I mean, as serious as this is, it's something that has to be done. That's why I continue to come up on this broadcast, man. That's why I continue to do this broadcast. It's not for any other reason other than to convey ideas and other than to spread those ideas. Yeah, sometimes it's entertaining. Yeah, sometimes we have a little fun, but by God, we got to take this goddamn son of a bitch serious, man. We got to take this goddamn son of a bitch serious. So that's why I'm saying, folks, everybody that's listening to the sound of my voice right now, we got to start getting serious here, all right? Now, I was going to talk a little bit about let me move on here, folks, because we're running out of time here. I wanted to talk a little bit about how Nicolas Maduro of Venezuela, did y'all remember when he said something about Trump and I kind of lost it? And I started saying, hey, Maduro, you want to go to war? We'll take you to war, you fat Mexican piece of crap. And I just went off. I think he was trying to flex nuts at Trump about the wall or something. And now that Mnuchin, all right, now that the new Secretary of Treasury has basically put the vice president on a watch list as being a drug trafficker, which pretty much makes the vice president look like a piece of crap in the people's eyes. And moreover, we've had some aggressive stances towards Venezuela that has not been known to the general American public. Lo and behold, here comes Nicolas Maduro last evening, getting on his own television and basically making a speech to the people. And in the speech, he basically said, I don't want no trouble with Trump. I don't want problems with Trump. No, I don't want no problems with Trump. And you want to know why he's saying that? Because as I alluded to, when this son of a bitch came out and tried to flex nuts at America, and I went off talking about we should go in and we should go to war with Venezuela, and all we'd have to do is go in with the special forces, take out the goddamn government apparatus, and then bring in the rest of the military, like the Army and the Marines, with food, and they would greet the American military as liberators. Right now, Venezuela is eating every damn sick... Venezuela is eating flamingos. They're eating anteaters. I mean, they've already eaten all the dogs and cats. I mean, this is a very serious situation that's happening here in Venezuela. And I'm telling you this right now, this is why Nicolas Maduro doesn't want to have anything to do with Trump, because Trump, as I alluded to, needs to, start asserting America's dominance, because right now there's a lot of people across the globe that feel that they can just flex nuts at America and nothing's going to happen. And as I stated, Venezuela is a very inviting theater of combat, because I know for a fact all you need to do is go in there, kill Maduro, kill the communist government, and the people will treat you as liberators. They will treat you as liberators. So anyway, it was just good to hear Maduro talking garbage. It's good to hear, because I try to tweet at him all the time, threatening his life. And not to mention, did you see Trump tweet about Leopoldo Lopez? Leopoldo Lopez, folks, I was actually talking about that man right before I stopped broadcasting in 2012. This man was the opposition against Hugo Chavez at the time. Now that Chavez is dead, Maduro is in power. Trump is calling on the release of Leopoldo Lopez, which is a true patriot who has been in jail and has probably been tortured for some time. I'm glad that Trump called for the releasing of Leopoldo Lopez. And I'm telling you, Maduro is scared shitless for his life now. He knows that all Trump needs to do is just send some special operation forces into the goddamn Venezuela region, take his fat ass out and most of his apparatus, and then come in, start dropping food, giving away food, and people will love America. People would love America. I mean, are you kidding me? People would love America. And as a matter of fact, they're the third largest oil deposit in the world, so they would also that would also make them very attractive to take over as well. So that's right, Nicolas Maduro. That's right! You chew on your goddamn rubber tortilla and shut your little stupid mustached mouth! You sit there and shut up! He's starving his people out here, yet Nicolas Maduro's a fat double-chin bastard. Typical communist socialist crap right there. Typical communist socialist crap. Jesus Christ. And somebody's asking me, why should we waste money on Venezuela? We're not going to be wasting money. No, this ain't Bush administration. That's why I said they got the third largest oil deposit. Why not just take it over and have them pay us back for liberating them, unlike we did with Iraq? And not to mention, it's a humanitarian crisis going on over there, and it's sick, and something needs to be done. All right? And they've got attractive natural resources, so why not kill two birds with one stone? Anyway, I want to talk a little bit about WikiLeaks. They released some documents that shows that the CIA actually meddled in the French elections. So now it's okay for the CIA? It's okay for the CIA to go and meddle into other people's elections? I mean, do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, it doesn't even make any sense. Now, with that being said, does that mean that they helped Hollande get into power? And if they helped Hollande get into power, does that mean that the CIA knew that Hollande was going to open up the borders of Paris to have what's going on right now? Have you seen there's Paris riots happening right now as we speak? Of course, the mainstream media isn't covering it. But right now, the immigration policy that Hollande, this socialist scumbag, enabled in his country is literally tearing Paris apart right now. All right? It's tearing Paris apart. There are riots going on. All the Yehudis that are in there that literally, have you seen Paris? I mean, you've got African Yehudis, wild Yehudis from Syria. They're all camped out in the streets, on the sidewalks. They're taking pisses and craps on the street. I'm not joking. That's Paris. That's the romantic Paris right there, man. And now you've got all kinds of riots in the street. It's boiling over into some very precarious situations. From what I understand, it's getting so bad that the police are basically taking it out on the goddamn immigrant's ass. Literally, did you hear about this? I mean, taking it out on the immigrant's ass, literally. From what I heard, there was an African immigrant that got sodomized with a billy club. And you know what Hollande did? He felt bad. He decided to go use it as a photo op and say, "Oh, monsieur, I'm sorry that you got the sodomized by a little billy club. I'm sorry. Yes. Oh, yes." You understand? I mean, this makes a lot of sense. WikiLeaks, of course, released documents highlighting that the CIA influenced French elections. And I'm glad that they're releasing this information now, because we have a potential of transition of power in France today, in Le Pen. Fillon, of course, Fillon is scandal-ridden. We found out that Fillon is basically utilizing every position of power that he ever had in the bureaucracy system of France to give his family, his friends, ridiculous jobs that are meaningless in the bureaucracy just so that they could have a salary and enrich their pockets even more. I think we've got, Hollande thinking that he's got some kind of a shot to win re-election. So in my opinion, I'm glad WikiLeaks released these documents, because I feel that the French have had enough of what the hell the socialists have done to their culture, have done to their country, especially has done to Paris. I mean, Paris is in complete shambles right now. Why nobody's talking about this, I have no goddamn idea. No goddamn idea. Anyway, once again, I would keep an eye on WikiLeaks as well, folks, and I want to reiterate that WikiLeaks, I mean, these documents of these documents of all these governments, they're accessible. They're going around in certain circles of, I hate to say deep web, because the deep web is so cliche, but you get it, right? And I think people need to read into the fact that the Russians will be exposed next, because that's why we've got Putin going after people within the FSB that belong to the hacker group Schultai Boltai. Schultai Boltai has literally taken every file from the Kremlin, and it is, I'm not going to say where it's at, it is right now being used as an insurance policy for the last remaining members of the Schultai Boltai in Russia, just in case they get popped. Because what happened, for you folks that are unaware, there were 2 members of the FSB that were busted that were members of the Schultai Boltai. This is a hacking crew. Now, what they have found out is that they have had most of their most integral documents in the Kremlin copied, if not stolen. And they don't know where they're at. That's why now you've got Putin cracking down. I don't know if you've read the latest reports. He's cracking down on security. He's trying to rule it with an iron fist because he knows that his documents, his emails, you know, when he eats, when he takes a crap, everything has been taken. And it's only a matter of time before the Russians have egg on their face, for Christ's sake, all right? You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm talking about right there. Now, before I go to Radio Graffiti, I want to reiterate one more again. It's time for us to get serious about politics. It's time for us to realize that just because you're on the internet doesn't mean that you don't have some kind of a say-so. Even if you only have 10 people that are following you on your social media account, you still have influence. You still can tweet articles. You can retweet articles. You can post things on your Facebook. You can post things on your Instagram, whatever social media. We've got to utilize every social media possible so that we, the people, the new media, can carve the perspective of the minds of those that aren't as politically active as we are. We have to be able to combat the lamestream mainstream media. We got to be able to combat the goddamn talking heads of the lamestream mainstream media. We've got to. And that's why I'm imploring you folks, whenever I tweet something, please retweet it. I mean, I don't ever tweet anything but maybe it's very rarely that I tweet something that's not really politically related or socially related or anything of that capacity. But please retweet it, man. The more people retweet tweets, the more they're read by more people. I need your help. We need your help. Forward me information. Forward me different documents, different news articles, videos, whatever the case might be. We got to keep each other informed, man. And we've got to help shape the narrative of Joe Sixpack in America today, folks. We've got to do it, because if we don't do it, the lamestream media is going to do it. And look at what they're doing. They're lying. Look at what they're doing. They're lying. So that's why I'm telling each and every one of you folks, it's time to get politically active. And because of the advent of the internet, you can do more sitting behind a computer than you can going out and rabble-rousing in a goddamn protest. And what you can do on the internet is disseminate information. What you can do on the internet is gather yourself a following on social media, on YouTube videos, Instagram, and utilize that influence to help shape the narrative. You can do this, folks. You've just got to take the time, energy, and effort to do it. Just goddamn do it. Don't find an excuse. And even if you don't want to do it, just retweet, for Christ's sake, man. Just retweet whatever I'm tweeting. Retweet those that are influential, like Donald Trump. I mean, look, I am telling everybody right now, we need to convey information and disseminate it properly so that we shape the perspective of the average, everyday American citizen. Because if we don't, folks, the lamestream media is going to beat us to it, and they are the ones that are going to dominate the perception of what is real and what isn't. Do you understand me? That's why they're putting a point of emphasis on fake news. And you know what Donald Trump came out and did today? He turned the fake news narrative right in the face of the fake news media itself. That's why Donald Trump was talking to us today, folks. That's why we have to take politics seriously. Please heed my call. Take politics serious, man. We're in dire times. We're in dire straits. And Donald Trump, if you helped him get elected, if you were out here partaking in the meme wars, if you were out here doing whatever it took to get him elected, hey, we just won that battle. We have not won the war, and we need you to continue to disseminate the information. We need you to continue to take this serious. This is serious business, man. This is serious business. So please take it serious. I implore you, okay? If you really appreciate the show, all right, if you really appreciate what I do, whenever I tweet something, especially news articles, especially articles that are going to contradict the narratives that is being put forth by the mainstream media, please retweet the son of a bitch, all right? It's just a freaking click, for Christ's sake, man. It's just a freaking click. It's time to take politics serious, because if you don't take it serious, well, the leftists are taking it serious. The globalists are taking it serious. The mainstream media is taking it serious. George Soros is taking it serious. Do you get it now? They're all taking it serious. The intelligence community is taking it serious. The Republican establishment is taking it serious. The Democrats are taking it serious. Wake the fuck up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake the hell up, man! It's time to get serious! It's time to expose the truth! The truth! Do you hear me? It's time to expose the truth! The goddamn truth! The goddamn truth! The truth! Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. The goddamn truth. That's what we got to disseminate. That's what we got to spread. Take it serious. God damn it. Heed my call. Take it serious. Take it goddamn serious. We got to disseminate the goddamn truth. Do you understand me? Do you understand me? Heed my call. Listen to my voice. I'm not just sitting here and talking garbage. I'm asking for your help. Your president needs your help. The capitalist needs your help. God damn it. Oh my God. Please listen. God damn it. We need you to be politically serious. We need all of you to be politically serious. We need you. Do you understand me? We need you. We need you, man. We need you. God damn it, we need you. Give me the damn mic. Give me the mic. God damn it. Give me the damn mic. And like I said, if you don't want to tweet any goddamn thing, you don't want to do anything, by God, at least tweet the tweets that I retweet. Tweet the tweets that I tweet. I need you. Do you understand me? We got to disseminate the information to carve the perception, to mold the perception of Joe Sixpack. Do you understand me? Jesus Christ, I hope you understand me. Jesus Christ, I hope you understand me. Jesus Christ, give me my drink. Give me my drink. I hope that you all understand, and I hope that you all heed the call, because it's time to get politically serious. It's time to get politically serious. Because if we don't, somebody else is, and we're going to end up in the same precarious situation that we have found ourselves in today. It's time to take politics serious. Do you understand that? Anyway, folks, let me go ahead and get to everybody's favorite part of the broadcast right now, all right? All right, we've got about 15 minutes left. And let me tell you something. If you idiots screw this up, I'll end it 5 minutes from now. All right? And I'm talking about Radio Graffiti! Radio Graffiti, the part of the broadcast where the spectators become a part of the spectacle. All you've got to do is give me a call at 516-453-9903. That's 516-453-9903. When I call on your area code, you've got exactly 3 to 4 seconds to say whatever it is that's on your mind. That's why we call this Radio Graffiti, all right? Now, without any further ado, do we got any goddamn Radio Graffiti calls, engineer? All right, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get to the last 15 minutes of hopefully some decent goddamn Radio Graffiti calls right now. All right, hopefully this isn't a stupid, dumb bunch of garbage. That's all I got to say. Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
We're here in Zimbabwe. I really appreciated our Russian allies. And if you don't, Ghost, I'm afraid we cannot be together anymore.
No.
We must break up.
No!
If you want to stay with me, you should prove me your love to Mother Russia.
All right, I'm communist.
That's right.
I love Vladimir Putin.
Good.
I'm officially endorsing Richard Spencer.
Yes.
He's neo-Nazi. He's white supremacist. He's one of us.
Good boy. I knew I could count on you.
Yes, baby. You son of a bitch. I knew this son of a bitch. God damn it. I knew it. And shove it up your ass with that Russian crap, and shove it up your ass with that Richard Spencer horse crap. All right? Shove it up your ass. As a matter of fact, give me the mic. Freaking African booty-scratching idiot. Let me tell you something right now. The capitalist army has basically put a White House petition. All right? We put a White House petition to basically call for an investigation into Richard Spencer and his ties to Russia. Let me go ahead and retweet that right now. All right? Spread this around like wildfire, all right? We want an investigation into Russia and the ties they have with goddamn fruity-ass fruit bowl gay bastard Richard Spencer. So don't you dare. Don't you even dare. Don't you even dare. Jesus Christ, man. Anyway, I'm not... I knew this goddamn crap was going to happen, for Christ's sake. How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti? Sell African booty scratchers merch.
Sell African booty scratchers.
Shut up, you stupid moron. How about 435 Radio Graffiti?
Anyone looking forward to the My Little Pony movie, give me a hell yeah.
Now, F you. How about that? F you and stick a goddamn horse head up your fruit bowl ass. 423 Radio Graffiti.
You got T. Rucker Radio Graffiti.
Listen here, cracker. I'm going to find out where you are. I'm going to beat your ass, bang your wife, beat your dog, and drown your goldfish.
You sorry sack of four-flushing crap. You come down to Texas and see if your ass don't get kicked. Hello?
Fuck you. Come on, I'm confronting you. You son of a bitch.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Are you kidding me? Just stay right there. Woo! Oh, you don't like that? Oh! that was going, but that's pretty much what will happen to anybody who comes to my door. I guarantee you, I'll blow you away. I'm not even joking around. I'm not joking. I'll open the door with a gun in my hand and say, "What do you want?" Seriously, I'm not expecting you at my house. I'll answer the door with a goddamn gat and say, "What the hell do you want? What the hell do you want?" Anyway, who else do we have going on over here? We've got Anonymous Radio Graffiti. How about 647 Radio Graffiti? And hey, engineer, go ahead and place my wife's mouth. Stupid idiot. Shut up, you stupid moron. Jesus Christ. 929 Radio Graffiti. Night Prowler Radio Graffiti. Now, let's continue going. I want to talk a little bit about my penis. For you folks that are unaware, I was tweeting about this yesterday. At any moment, my penis could literally malfunction, literally causing spillage for miles and miles and miles away. They have already evacuated nearly 200,000 people in the area because they're fearing that the crumbling penis spillway will unfortunately breach itself. And if it does, it's going to be a very horrific situation for people in Texas. Now, if you're not aware, Texas has been getting drenched with sperm after having a drought for a couple of years. Y'all remember that? Having torrential sperm rain, and it has made my penis peak to capacity to the point in which they had to release sperm. Hold on. You hear that? Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, man, you guys are getting sick. You're getting sicker and sicker and sicker every goddamn day, man. Sick sons of bitches. You're sick. Jesus Christ. How about 352 Radio Graffiti?
All aboard the short bus, fellas. What's up, my tards?
What's up, Eeyore?
Nothing much, but, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, shit. I think we hit somebody. Oh, whoops. Sorry about that, Ghost. Don't worry. I'll call you an ambulance. You're an ambulance.
911, how may I help you?
Yeah, I ran my friend over by accident, and he's in serious pain. I also broke his wheelchair, but he was crippled prior to the accident.
I'm tired of the world saving useless people.
And what is the address of the emergency?
Yeah, we're at, shit, I forgot what I was gonna say.
6th Street.
Never mind, he says he's alright.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Hey, Ghost, I'm just going to take this wheelchair. I mean, I don't think you'll be needing it. I'll probably sell it on eBay once I figure out how to use it.
You son of a bitch, short-busted. Damn asshole! Goddamn short-bus! The goddamn short-bus! Goddamn short-bus sons of bitches! God damn it! God damn it, you short-bus son of a bitch! Man, not even 15 minutes. I can't even give you idiots 15 minutes of your goddamn graffiti. This is the kind of crap that you give me. Not even 15 goddamn minutes. Fuckers, man, give me the mic. See, you got me cursing and crap, huh? You got me cursing, huh? I hope you're goddamn proud of yourself there, you milky-licking, chicken-eating corn boys. I hope you're happy, you phallic fluffing, belch breathing, pickled prick, seat sniffing, piggish power bottom fruit bowl, cuckold connoisseur, sphincter fingering piece of crap. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. Yeah, Helen Keller deaf mute. That's sad. That's exactly what we need, for heaven's sake. Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
I can make you feel special when it sucks to be you. Let me make you...
Jesus, I get him off. Don't be serenading me, you fruit bowl, all right? Got all these fruity asses serenading me for some crap. How about 213 Radio Goddamn Graffiti?
Surf's up, come about hard, enjoy the year and love and spring you came. I heard.
What the hell kind of song was that, man? What the hell kind of song was that? It almost sounded like suicide is painless. It brings on many changes, and you can do it too if you... Anyway, 609 Radio Graffiti.
Dormy Sweet Radio Graffiti. I have a theory. People talk loud when they want to act smart, right? Right on!
I agree. I agree.
That's right. Correct!
What the hell is that supposed to mean? What are you talking about? I mean, are you trying to infer something about me? I'm making you look lower than a leprechaun's nutsack intellectually, for Christ's sake. Boy, what the hell are you talking about? I'm making you look like a mental midget if you think that you can out-battle wits with me, boy. If you think that you can out-battle wits with me there, boy. How about 360 Radio Graffiti? Billy Mays, where are you, man?
Good price, motherfucker. Hi, Billy Mays here with an amazing new product. It's called the Shit Bazooka. What if you had the power to spray diarrhea all over your white carpeting at over 100 miles an hour? You shut your horn off when Billy Mays is talking.
Judge, shut this idiot. Get him off, for Christ's sake, man. Jesus Christ. Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
Ghost, comrade, it's Nikolai. How are you doing?
This isn't Nikolai, but you sound like a Ruski. Are you a Ruski?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, well, you know what? Go shove a goddamn vodka bottle up your ass, you stupid, dumb, cockeyed mouth breather. All right? No Russians on my show. Do you understand me? No effing Ruskis on my show. 443 Radio Graffiti.
The sun is warm. The grass is green. And I want to kick the knickers.
Man, that's you're going to get me off. Look, stop with the racist splices. You're going to get me kicked off the air. You're going to get me kicked off the air, you son of a bitch. Jesus Christ with you scumbags, man. Good God. Who else do we have going on over here, for heaven's sake? How about Karaskin, Radio Graffiti?
Every time somebody plays the Cleveland show intro, a person dies from cancer and its very soul is destroyed.
Yeah, I can attest to that. I can agree to that there, Karaskin. I'm telling you, you're pissing me off. How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti?
This is an emergency action notification provided by WOAI News for San Antonio.
The San Antonio Police Department has issued a fruit bowl warning for all counties. A transsexual criminal going under the name of Tamina Jones is rampant across several swinger clubs and gay bars, raping people on site. Tamina Jones has been previously known for several incidents as a child that has shocked the country, including most infamously having sex with a 10-year-old Thomas Alvin on the San Antonio short bus. If you see the criminal, it's contact the SAPD with details on this sighting, and they will help pinpoint. Jeez, would you stop deep-throating already? You made a mess of this place.
Oh, sorry, I just can't help it. Your cute cock is so much better than Thomas.
Yeah, Well, what the hell is that supposed to be, for Christ's sake? That's a horrible splice. Get better on that one, all right, Fruit Bowl? Jesus Christ. 614 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, African booty scratcher, let's hit Ghost from both ends and imitate Newton's cradle. I call front. Oh, my.
Yeah, you know what? Shove it up your ass, tough guy. Damn it! Shove it up your ass, goddammit! Ah! You know what? That does it, all right? That does it for the damn Bathhouse Thursday, all right? I'm done with this crap. I deserve more respect. But of course, I can't even give you assholes 15 minutes of goddamn Radio Graffiti. Give me the mic. Jesus Christ. You know what? Follow me on Twitter, scumbags, if you want to, all right? Politics Ghost, all one goddamn word, no underscores. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. And of course, the official website, blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And let me tell you something, you assholes will be lucky if I come back for Baller Friday after all this crap. After all this crap, you're lucky. You'll be lucky!
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
And that is it for the show, guys. I just want to say thank you guys for listening in. What a decent, good show it was. Radio Graffiti, good as always. African Booty Scratcher saving the show as always. Props to him. And also, thanks everybody for coming out. Of course, I'm going to start another live stream right now. So if you guys have the YouTube, make sure to go to the BN Theater, link in the descriptions. And as well as follow me on Twitter at The Burning Network or Politics Ghost. And as well, if you're new to YouTube or my YouTube channel, just make sure to subscribe as I do TCR broadcasts every day, Monday to Friday, 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. And of course, you get notified when the next TCR event happens. Or if you are following on Twitter or bookmark Twitter, either way, you also get notified there as well. Anyways, big shout outs to everybody here. I will see you guys tomorrow for Baller Friday or on the next TCR broadcast. You guys have a good night, and I will see you guys next time. Later, everybody. Woo! Woo! Woo!